No, Maka, you cannot play with that on the live.
Why not? I thought that would be a good idea.
You'll get me shut down.
It'd be so much fun though.
Or you'll shut us down and I'll probably lose my channel. Hey, how is everybody tonight? Hey,
Hello,
Purple,
peoples.
Michael. We had Kevin in here earlier and we had True Texan. And he said there's somebody, he put a website in the chat.
Uh,
He said this person is actually, he's been in our chats for a while and he's just now releasing music.
oh,
But he
oh,
wouldn't.
okay.
Hey, Athena, he wouldn't, and Victoria, he wouldn't tell me the name.
Country boy. I've
Country.
seen him around. Or country bro. Sorry.
Oh, Country Bro.
Yeah, I've seen him
I,
around.
yeah, he comes in a lot and he's from Rusty's and Wade and Seepers
Yep.
community. And he's coming over here and I've listened to a couple of his stuff. He he does good. He's doing really good music. He's a sleeper cell, like Texan said.
Yeah.
But this season of the rundown, with the way they seem to be looking for a certain type,
Yeah.
he's not a rapper. He's more of a singer.
Right.
So, but he's got some skills.
Yeah. There's been
So,
several of them that has come through that they got, I mean, good voices, good songs.
yes.
Hey, Victoria. Hey, Athena. Or,
You hear her?
yeah.
She's tearing up Jackson's toys right now.
Oh,
She moved it from way over there in the front of the dining room and she's moved it to the kitchen table underneath. And now she's tearing it apart so that she puts all the toys all over the floor. It makes her feel better. It's like, I
yeah.
guess she's trying to do a puzzle,
Yeah. Trying to
but
make her mind work, maybe get her mind
maybe.
off the noise.
I just can't wait till the antidepressants kick in and knocks her out for a couple. At least if she doesn't knock her out, it makes her like, go ahead, do what you're gonna do. It's like she
Right.
gets stoned. It's like, yeah,
Right.
yeah. But I am gonna check into that hemp. Does
Yeah.
it tell you the amount? I mean, when you go
Uh-huh.
to Chewy?
Yeah. Well, like my dog, she's 100 and I think, well, no. She's 90 something, I think, pounds,
Uh
I
huh.
think. And I give her one, and they recommend giving them two. But I only give her just like one. And then if it's like a high anxiety day, then I'll give her another one.
Hey, Shangy, how you do? She's 185 pounds. Can I
So
give her the whole bag?
you could.
Molly,
You've
leave
never
the
knocked
drums
out.
alone. If you start hearing somebody playing the drums, guys, it's the damn. Maka will tell you before we went live. She climbed on my lap and onto my computer. Hey, Joe, how you doing? Happy 4th.
Hey, Joe.
She was climbing on my computer screen, and it was all I could to lift her up and
Yes.
off my computer before she destroyed it.
Yes. Love her heart. Hey, rock
Molly,
on.
no, Molly. Now she's trying to knock over those little hutch tables with those lamps on it. Like I said,
Oh, no.
Molly, no. Oh, I swear to God, get go,
Hey,
get
rock on.
out of
Hey,
here.
Roland. It's a
I
little
swear, Molly,
exciting tonight.
go. You've got your kennel if you want to lay down.
I'm
Oh.
sure y'all that have pets know what it's like when
As
the
I
fireworks
spoke,
go off.
one started. She got it to move to the side.
Oh,
And it's just a little, those little stands that you surround your hutch with, that they're not like reinforced as thick as a hutch. They're just little decorative in stands to your hutch.
yeah.
Yeah, with 100-year-old fragile heavy lamps.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Oh, I'm glad I fed them before,
Uh,
but all
you're
right,
gonna have to
Ryder.
have. You're gonna need some relaxation medicine.
I'm gonna need some of that hemp, and I don't do it. Hey, Dragon, how you doing, honey?
Hey, sunflower.
I am so glad to see you. Hey, Roland, I see his name. It looks like he popped in. I don't have my glasses on because I had
Yeah.
to jump out of nowhere to beat this dog who's trying to destroy my house.
Um, Rock On came in, and then you saw Sunflower. So yeah,
Yeah, and I got Joe already and
yeah,
everybody else. So and
yeah.
got Purple. So it was just Roland, Sunflower, and Connie.
Oh,
Connie, did you make it to the concert? Because
hey
I thought
Con.
Denise was coming to you. Molly? Okay, you're gonna start hearing drum music in a minute. I put the drum set in front of the tables.
There you go.
Molly, I am gonna actually put you in your kennel and shut the door. And we have never boarded them. We have never, but we thought it would help her when she
Yeah,
gets upset. Let her go into the kennel. We put blackout blankets over the sides and the back
yeah.
with a big old thick dog bed in there so that she could crawl in there. They just use it to wrestle each other. And the little ones in Jackson do more in there playing around than the big dog.
Yeah. It's like a we got my dog. It's like a 6-inch foam uh, mattress,
Yeah,
and or not foam, but it's that memory foam. Well, yeah, memory foam. And she hardly ever lays on it. She'll
I
lay
know.
beside it. She'll lay out beside it, or put her head on it. But besides that, that's it. She's like, nope.
Ain't that silly?
Yeah.
Well, Connie, with your granddaughter sick, are you? Do you keep her or something? Because, but Molly is. I feel sorry for her, but she's starting to piss me off. If
I'm
she
sorry.
scratches my leg one more time, you're gonna see. Hey, Captain America. She domestic violence me the other day. I'm gonna domestic violence her.
Paybacks.
Paybacks.
I'm
Well,
sorry,
you
Purple.
saw
I hope you get feeling better.
me too, Purple. The
That
hot flashes, the cold
sucks.
sweats.
Mhm.
Is that menopause, Purple?
Hey, Captain. Hey, Connie. I can't remember if I said hi or not.
How you feeling, Captain? Hope you're doing good. Are you done with your rounds of chemo? And have you got results back, or do you have to do Molly? There goes. You could hear the noise. I have cartoons on, guys, because the cartoons I thought would be loud enough to calm them. No. Oh, you have her for the summer. Okay, no wonder you had to stay home then. Well, I hope she feels better. Prayers for her.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope she gets feeling better. Nothing worse than a baby sick.
Nope. I remember every time Jackson, when he was young, and he'd get sick, I knew they can't breathe when they lay on their backs or they turn on their side. One of their noses plug up, and when they're little babies, so I would prop up. We have those big Chase couch loungers. You guys have seen what our dogs sit on.
Well,
I would prop up all the pillows. Tim would pile them up all the way up to my shoulders, and then we would provide a little. I would have them in the crook of my arm against
yeah.
my chest and my side of your boob, and I
Mhm.
would have him upright sleeping, and I would sleep sitting up with him and with the Vicks machine next to me,
Yeah.
and his breathing apparatus too for treatments. I would wake up every 4 hours, and everybody's like, "Well, aren't you afraid he'd fall?" No, we've got arms, and then I've got body pillows piled up all the way around us, and he's a baby, and he's snuggled down in the crock of it.
Right.
And he would always be able to sleep and get at least 4 to 5 hours in between his breathings. I have chemo for another 1.5 years left. So they do it in waves, right? You have like a treatment, and then you're off the treatment, and then you start it up again. I never heard chemo go that long. That's crazy.
Man. Hey, Justice.
But I am
Happy
glad
4th
that
to you.
some of them are gone.
Mhm.
That's what my husband's wondering. But I was also heaving up the first 2 days with a lot of drool. You wonder if you're pregnant. How old? Okay, if you're not 50, then there's a chance you might be
Uh-huh.
pregnant and
Yeah.
not uh, menopause, because it starts. They say the average is at 50,
Mhm.
between 48 and 52, but 50 seems to be the common denominator with most women. All
No.
right, every 3 weeks. Okay.
Mhm.
So you're not doing it like a couple times a week for a couple months and then stopping. Oh, this dog, I swear to God. No, 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 man, I'm going to have to get distracted, guys, before it's, hey, Justice. I'm, I'm talking. Maybe I won't hear what she's doing.
Yeah. You need you need your headset that's, noise cancellation, but then when you get done, your whole house might be destroyed.
Yeah. And then I'm going to, yeah, I'm not going to tell you what I might do. Oh, 31.
Oh,
Yeah, that's not menopause. You be
no.
pregnant. Country bro, do you know
Hey.
what's funny is True Texan came in here to tell us about you, but I guess he doesn't realize that I've heard quite a few of your songs and I've been posting, leaving comments for you. And when I'm like, who is he talking about? Country bro? Yeah, I know about that. So Mises and Chad Arms are both the prizes for Rundown 3. Two major artist collabs in the independent. And you actually have the sound for their music since you're not a rapper, which is what ACAL is, but you do have that sound that I think you should think about getting your songs, uh, finding a couple that are yours and that you're proud of, and I think you should enter Rundown season 3.
Mhm.
I think you got some talent there, young
Yeah.
buck.
Yep, yep.
No, Justice, because of the dogs. I couldn't go and take care of it, but they're outside in the neighborhood going off. I get to keep looking out and seeing some, but I couldn't leave the dogs alone.
Mhm.
So if I could, yeah,
Yeah.
I still just being by myself, I wouldn't go watch them. I get Jackson in the morning. So the parents had plans tonight. The dad did. So
Right.
uh, I didn't get to have. We're gonna do our own fireworks. Well, sparklers tomorrow night.
Well,
Well, Derek, happy 4th of July to you too. You
happy
hear
4th,
crashing?
Derek. Yeah, I heard that.
Well, country, I saw you sing the couple songs that you have. I know you do good at songwriting, but you know what? Do your song and pick something that you just feel comfortable with. You only need
Mm.
one, two, three.
No?
It's three songs because you need the first one. And it got to be good. And then if you win it, you have to go a second time. And if you win that one, then you go into the semifinals. So you're done for a couple of weeks to a couple months. And then that one's one and done. So if you get knocked out, you're done. But if you go forward, that means you're going straight to the finale, which means then you would need a fourth one. You're right, Michael. The last time we left our two German shepherds alone, we went out to the casino for 4 hours. And I guess it was raining and we didn't know it. When I came home, I couldn't find my dogs. And I was like panicked. And they were probably 8 months old. And all of a sudden, I came around into the front room and I saw all this white stuff all over my floor.
Oh, no.
I'm like, Tim, grab the gun. I think someone's in our house. All this sits in our front room. All of a sudden, we're like, Tank, bear. And all of a sudden, we hear some whimpering. And I look, they had got into the center cushion, lifted it up, ripped it open on the side, pulled out all the stuffing, and they were up inside the cushion together.
Oh, gosh.
I was so mad that my new couch was
Oh.
destroyed. Tim said, Babe, go take a bath. I'm going to take care of this. I'm going to make it right. I'm like, Tim, that's a brand new couch. We just got back from Germany. The dogs were, I said, I didn't want dogs. I'm a cat person. This was before I was, now I'm all dog person and cat, but pro
Right.
dog. I was anti dog back then because you can't do anything. You're just kind of tied down more
Yeah.
with dogs, especially big ones. And
Yeah.
to me, if I'm going to have a dog, I want a big dog. I don't, but
Yes.
I do love little dogs, but I also want a big dog.
I want a dog for protection.
And see, when we were looking, it wasn't so much a big dog for protection. I was looking at, if I'm going to get a dog, there are certain dogs that I like and they're big. And then I
Mm.
never thought I'd like small dogs. And now we've had four and I adore them too and love them. But I always said if somebody tries to hurt my dog, they're not my protection. I'm going to kill the person messing with my dog. I know they would die for me.
Yeah.
Well, if they're going to die for me, I'm going to kill for them.
Right.
point blank.
Right.
So mess with my dog, I'm gonna kill you.
Well,
Period. So
ain't no ands, ifs, or buts about it.
no, they're our fur babies. So, but I also hate. I saw somebody on IG post about that. You know that song when people are dying. If I would have known, if I would have known. You know when they lost.
Oh,
Somebody posted a picture of a dog that they lost. But what they showed me pissed me off that I had to leave a comment. They had a backyard and a patio, and they had a fence where the dog was sitting there looking at the family on the porch, whimpering for attention. And they're
oh,
filming the dog, but the dog's being left out of the family.
oh.
Why have a dog if you're going to keep it, hi, Sean, locked up in the yard and not
Right.
give it any love and affection until you feel like it?
Right. No,
If you don't
I
want a
don't.
dog and it's
Mm-mm.
only for protection, how's it going to protect your house locked in the backyard?
Right.
If you don't want a dog in your house because you don't want to clean up after it, why get a dog? Get a damn cat.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, even them you have to clean up
Yeah, but
after. I mean,
they're easy. You just do the litter box every other day.
yeah.
Make sure they have food and water. But with dogs, you're gonna have drool. You got to walk them. You got to play with them. You know, there's a lot you got to do more with the dog. Vacuum if they're lots of hair like Molly twice a day.
Mm,
Um, but if you get a pet, those pets deserve to be in the house with the family.
right.
Why get one dog or even two, throw them outside and leave them chained in your backyard or fenced in your backyard or in a little tiny little run
Oh,
cage?
it's sad.
It is. It to me that's abuse. Dogs
Hmm.
deserve to run. They
Yep.
get to play. And why do they why do you sit your ass in air conditioner and they have to be out in the cold or the heat?
Yeah. That's what always gets me. We've got neighbors. They've got a kennel and a husky that's in the kennel, and that poor dog in the summertime, I feel so bad for it.
You should
And
call the
then
police.
they got it sits up there and whines and
Oh,
cries, and it
so
just breaks my
lonely.
heart. Yeah,
Yes.
and it's like it's one of those cages. It's like I wanted to say like maybe a 6 by 6 or 8 by 8. You know how big huskies are,
Yes.
and it
So
breaks
can't
my
even
heart.
exercise. The poor thing is
No.
the muscles are atrophying because
Hmm.
they're not able to stretch. They can't run. Dogs are naturally descendants of wolves.
Yeah.
They have to run. They have to play. They have to stretch those muscles or their muscles weak. It's just like
Yeah.
you. If you sit on the couch all day long, every day, seven
Hmm.
days a week for a year, you're going to have
Yep.
trouble walking
Uh-huh.
or lifting your arms and holding stuff.
Yep.
And I hate people like this. If you get a pet door, that way they can go out and take care of their business. You don't have to, but at least
Yep.
they could come in and be around the family.
Hmm.
These are people who don't want dogs.
Yeah.
They just want the status. It makes them feel like they're men because they got a big dog, but you got
Hmm.
it caged up in the back, but you only give it attention when you got a buddy over.
Right.
No.
No. Hey, Sean.
Exactly, country bro. We've had five that have passed on us, and we have these last four. We had our two German shepherds. One passed at 10 from cancer, the other one at 11 and a half for hip dysplasia. We had Kia, who was our very first Anatolian, 165-pound, all alpha female.
Mm.
She had a lump size cancer mass in her lungs at 12.
Oh.
Um, then Molly had a twin, and at 10 months old, the vet confiscated those dogs, her and her sister, from the owners. They were having it at the vet's kennel, locked up 5 days a week.
Oh.
So they got a hold of us and said, Lori, we know you're good with big dogs. Can you and T please take these dogs? I said,
Yeah.
bring them over. Let's see how they get along with Bear and Kia and our Maya and Turbo, the little ones.
Yeah.
They both came over and the dogs accepted them. And I
Mm.
told Tim, I said, I'm sorry. After what the vet told us, they're not going home. We
Right.
had her 2 months. And because like babies are born with holes in their hearts,
Uh-huh.
so are puppies.
Oh.
And as they play with their litter and stuff, their muscle and around their heart close up and they get stronger.
Mhm.
Well, her and her sister being locked in kennels 5, 6 days out of the week, plus when they went on vacations in the summer, um, for those 10 months being locked up when we, or she was 9 months when we got her. So
Mm.
that first month we got them in the vets. We were on the vitamins. They had to go. They had a dew claw that was digging up under into their skin. So
Right.
we did surgery to remove their extra dew claws on both of them. Well, she kept biting them, and first that she ripped the stitches out. Then they had to go back in and put staples in, and then she was digging those out. So they had
Oh,
to go in and find a way to like glue the skin, and then
yeah.
they put a cone on her. So she went through a lot the first 3 weeks we had her
Yeah.
because of her biting. Um, well, then she started running and playing. They came in, we were eating. We fed them our French fries off of our plate. And then they all ran outside to be out front. A car went by and they were all barking. All five dogs went running out front. All of a sudden, I heard this noise I had never heard before. It was half of a. I actually panicked and thought, oh my God, one of the dogs, or the dog is being attacked, or somebody
Right.
just hit a dog. It was the sound I'll never forget, but I can't describe it. But it sent a chill right through my heart. And I knew right away something was wrong. And
Uh,
we went running out, and I caught her as she was collapsing. I just
uh,
barely caught her, and her tongue fell out, and she did one last breath, and she was gone. She had had a
uh,
heart attack because she was being able to exercise. We were taking them on walks. She was
right.
running and playing, and because she never had the exercise to close that heart,
Uh,
the heart muscle wasn't able to withstand her height and her weight and playing. And she had a heart attack before even she was a year old. So Molly went into a depression.
no.
So it was hard. We had to
Oh,
deal with her. So we've been through a lot of that crap.
no. It's
Oh,
sad. It hurts when losing an animal.
sorry about that, country bro. And she was missing for a month, and they found her. A chow, a neighbor's dog
Mm,
got into it. Oh,
man.
that's crazy.
Mm,
The person hit your dog, and then your dog attacked them, and so they see. I would have you
no.
can't even, once a dog bites somebody, no matter what the
Mhm.
reasoning is, unless you have video to
Yep.
prove that that dog has been abused by a person,
Mhm.
your dog is going to be put down no matter
Yep.
what.
I think that's bull.
I do too. Or when the cops come to your house and the dogs are barking and they want to go up and sniff a stranger coming in their house, and they just shoot
Mhm.
them.
Yep.
It's just crazy. All right. Well, instead of being depressing, guys, because um,
This is a happy day.
it is a happy day. It's Independence Day. We got our freedoms, everybody, and enjoy them. And we want to put on a happy show. Oh, her meds have kicked in. She's laying
There
down
you
under
go.
the table finally.
I knew it. I could tell it was getting quiet. I was like, oh, I was thinking it, but I wouldn't
45
even say it.
minutes. Here, I'll show you how she's settling down after she's just, look at her.
I love her heart.
Finally.
She's like, chill time.
Yep. All right. We have a fun topic for you guys tonight. We're going to tell you guys a little bit about me and Maka that you might not have guessed about us, because most little girls and little boys have their roles with their toys and what they do between, like, boys play with Hot Wheels and GI Joes, and you know and wrestle and watch manly sports and play with cars, and girls play with Barbie dolls and baby dolls and have little tea parties. And let's see, what else do they do? Hopscotch and play with jacks, and you know, and slumber parties and all those little girly things, right?
Right.
Would you agree with me, Maka?
Yes, I totally agree.
What else? What else is normally that girls do? If I miss it, what else do
Think.
they? Typical girly girl.
Uh, I think you basically, I'm pretty sure you got it all.
Did you ride
I
your
think that-
bike or go roller skating or anything like that as a kid?
Oh, yeah.
Jump
Yeah, I
rope?
loved Yes. Yes. I
Okay.
love jump rope. Jump rope was one of my favorites.
Not a lot of guys back when we were growing up wanted to play. If you asked them to hold the rope, you got this weird half limped wrist action from them that always messed
Uh-huh.
up your game.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So, what we're
Well,
doing tonight is we're
very
going to give
cool.
you an insight of what we were like as girls, as kids, from any age, from the time, any time frame we can do between the ages of when we can remember to we were teenagers.
Well,
So,
I don't know if mine is gonna really I don't
shock
know.
people.
Well, it's not so much that, it's I don't know. We'll see. We'll never know.
Okay, okay. I think you told me something not too long ago that you did as a kid that shocked me.
Uh-huh.
So I think we will. Why don't you start us off? What did you do that would shock our our people if they knew you as a teenager about yourself?
I used to love jumping off of, roofs of houses.
You were a daredevil.
Yes.
Look at you.
We used to climb a tree and see who could jump off and land with the best the and have the best landing, and I always got it.
Wow. Anybody break a leg or an arm doing that?
No, we got lucky. Nobody ever
Wow.
broke. I mean, we got lots of bruises and scratches, but
Molly, there went the drum set. Um, what's funny is that you see all that stuff where people are jumping out of trees and stuff, and always there's somebody with a broken arm. But
yeah,
today's liberal mamas and daddies, the mother helicopter parents, be like, little girls don't climb trees. Oh no, son, you can't jump out of there. You might hurt yourself, and that's why we get these softies.
mhm.
Like,
You gotta let a kid live, eat dirt,
yep.
eat bugs.
For me, I was a pretty good, amazing marble champ. Those
Oh, okay.
marbles.
Yeah, yeah.
I would learn how to sit there and shoot marbles. And the competitions, you knock out your competition out of the ring. You do like little circles or whatever mazes, and
Mhm.
whoever won, and you would compete to get the better marble because you had
Yeah,
the cheap ones, which were cat eyes,
yeah.
all the way up to like Sleeping Beauties and the bumblebees, and I got pretty good at playing marbles.
Well,
I love competing against the guys for marbles.
yeah. See, I
So
never done the marbles, but I done, what was it? Oh, the jacks, where
okay,
you bounce the
yep.
that always reminds me of that with the marbles. I don't know why, but yeah.
But what's funny with marbles? And guys, if you played marbles, you have to be able to like sit it, nestle it like this. And
No.
it's, how basketball, you've got to move your wrist. Well, when
Mhm.
you're shooting your marble, you've got to be able to use your fingertip and the muscle and line it up and flick it. And it had to be a certain way that you had to do it to line up your marble to slam into the next one.
Well,
So it's a little skill. It was almost like learning how to play checkers and chess and marbles, you know.
yeah. Yeah, 'cause I never was able to, like, hit them right.
No, you were too busy jumping out of trees,
Yeah,
scuffing up your knees like I did. See, we
yeah,
both had scuffed knees. Even now,
yes.
I'm. We all know that could be why we're pros on our. I'm not. I don't have to say, but we were
Oh,
tomboys, so we did. Jumping
yeah,
out of trees, scuffing up our knees,
mhm,
playing marbles. You have to be on your knees. Come on,
yeah,
is there a theme here, Maka?
maybe.
What's something else you did?
Um, let's see. Always, we always played in the dirt, and me and a couple of my girlfriends, we would, make, like, mud castles and
Yeah.
stuff like that, like, make, like, little towns or whatever out of the mud and the dirt.
Did you ever do like mud pies?
Oh, yeah, we dared my brother to eat one time, and we hid a bug in it, and he ate it.
Oh, that is me. Molly, I
Hey,
swear to God.
he took the dare, so
Did he win anything?
huh?
Did he win anything?
No, it's
Oh,
just bragging rights.
okay. So you like to do the mud. Let's
Mhm.
see. For me, let's see which one I want to let you guys know what I did. All right. All right. When I went and play outside, there was one thing on TV that I used to love watching, but if, of course, my mom wasn't into it, neither was my sister. So if my dad wasn't home, and hey, Nickel G, happy fourth, they wouldn't let me watch it because we had to either watch Hi Yankees, whatever my mom wanted to watch, but if the, my siblings were there, we had to watch cartoons or whatever they wanted.
Right.
Um, uh, Wrestling. I'm a big wrestling fan. When it was
Mhm.
WWF to WWE, from Paul Orndorff being my favorite. Oh, I had a big crush on him even at 12 years old when I discovered wrestling. But I also like to wrestle in real life too. And I
Well,
actually did join the team in high school for
well,
my sophomore year.
that's awesome.
Yep. But it's nothing like it was collegiate in high school where I was thinking it was going to be like WWE.
Right. Right.
But I was all into that.
No.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I was into Sergeant Slaughter and Andre. In fact, Animal Steel was a teacher in Detroit.
Well,
George the Animal Steel with the green tongue. He was actually
yeah,
a science or a math teacher in Detroit school system. He
wow,
actually taught one of my cousins.
that's pretty cool.
Hey, 90s. Happy 4th to you, too. Hey,
Hey,
Mud
Yan
Digger.
hey, Yankees, Nickel, Mud.
We're
Who
so
else did I
glad.
miss? 90s. Did I
Hey,
say
Purple.
Yankees? I can
Yep.
never remember. My mind's all over the place. Yeah, you talking about wrestlers. My favorite wrestlers, when I first started watching was Stone Cold Steve Austin and the Hardy Boys, but I always liked
Ooh.
the Jeff. He was
Jeff, the
yes,
skinnier one that with
yes,
yes, with the little goat hair on the who
yes,
always was more athletic. Hey, Benny,
yes.
I definitely get you. I don't know if you guys remember like uh the the
Hey, Benny
when they
Ben.
would say suck it. The
Oh,
blonde, he had I can't
uh,
remember his name. Road Dog.
Road Dog. Yeah.
I was a real fan, but my favorite, like I said, Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful. I had a crush on him. I liked Bret the Hitman Hart. I thought he was cute before he started aging. And Bret the Hitman, or not Bret, but Brutus Beefcake, till he had that accident with the engine of a motorboat. He was out
Yeah.
jet skiing and went up underneath the blade, and it sliced off half his face. Yes, what was it? DMX. Oh, the Nasty Boys. Yep.
Yeah.
So I was a big fan of wrestling. And I still am to this day. I love. I had a big crush on Triple H over The Rock. Everybody was like, "Ooh, The Rock,"
No.
or John Michael or John
No.
Cena. No, it was Triple H. That attitude reminded me of Tim. I don't know
Mm.
what it was, but the attitude of Triple H. He was always the bad guy. People loved to hate him, and it's like, yeah, that's Tim.
Yeah.
He's loved to be hated. Doesn't have to do anything, but yeah. So
Oh yeah.
I was a
Yeah.
wrestling.
Always like the bad boys. It's always bad for that.
Oh my God. She he had remember I showed you Jackson has that indoor play set, like a gym,
Yeah.
the playground it has the climbing, the ropes and the ladder. She
Uh-huh.
somehow squeezed her butt up underneath there, kicked out everything he put underneath there, his little chair and everything,
Oh.
and then just got out of it after she destroyed and threw everything out. Generation X, suck it.
Yep.
I couldn't stand Shawn Michaels. He and I'm sorry, Stone Cold Steve Austin and they were just too conceited for me. It's like
Sorry.
they knew their shit didn't stink.
Well, never mind. I'm just gonna
You
shut
would
up.
eat the shit out their ass, wouldn't you?
No,
He'd go home.
no,
I'd sniff it anyway. I know what you were gonna say.
no.
I know what you were gonna say. You don't have to explain it. Oh, and I think the sexiest one, other than Paul Orndorff, to me, is Davy Boy Smith from the British Bulldogs. Before
Oh,
he
okay.
got older and all chunky, and when he started getting drunk all the time and those drugs, when
Yeah.
he first came out as the British Bulldogs,
Yeah.
Davy Boy Smith, hell, he was sexy as hell.
Yeah.
But then his face started swelling up and he
Mm,
got flabby, and it's just like, nah. But he was
yeah.
still sexy in the 80s. I don't care. Anybody said Davy Boy Smith of the British Bulldogs and Paul Orndorff, when he cried about a few years back, oh, I was so sad. I didn't recognize him anymore. Just the regular Rock. I don't like Hollywood Hulk Hogan or Hollywood The Rock. All of that's retarded.
See, I like Rock as an actor and, like as a not I can't say person because I've never met him, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I like him
Yes.
as an actor, but as a wrestler, he was just too, I don't know.
Yeah.
He just didn't mesh with that.
Who's the one who acted like the pimp? You had Big Chocolate, but you had the other guy. He'd come out with his hat and his glittering that
Oh,
cane. Does anybody
oh,
remember who that was? He was a pimp, and he
dang
actually
it.
had the female Moolah, uh, the wonderful Moolah, as like they were boy. That was Godfather.
Yes.
Yes, the Godfather.
Godfather. Yes. I remember that. Yep.
He was good. I liked him.
But I agree, though. Somebody said it a while ago, the wrestling sucks. Nickel, yeah. The wrestling isn't any good anymore. It's not as
It's
good as
not.
it used to be.
Hey, Stephen, man, the '80s where they had the attitude and it was okay to be muscled up.
Yeah.
So '80s into '90s, and then it went to all these skinny wrestlers like
Mhm,
Y2J. Now they're all steroid up, and look at how big Y2J is.
mhm.
Look at the Hardy Boys, how they've changed.
Oh, they've been through hell and back.
Yes, and their
Hey,
body.
Steve and Amy, or
But tell
Amanda.
me, the one I did not like was Kurt Angle. I met him in person, me and the kids, while Tim
Oh,
was deployed. He came to the PX in Germany. The kids got an autograph book. He autographed one of my t shirts, and I had pictures. My hand couldn't even fit around half of his neck.
no,
But there's just something about him. I never liked him, Chris Benoit, even before I found out that he was as bad as what we thought. I
yeah.
didn't like him. And oh, there was another one that came out with Chris Benoit. He's got black hair. Um, he was at the same time as Benoit. Very short hair.
Was he the one that done like the mixed martial arts?
Yes.
Oh, I can see him clear as day, but I cannot remember his name.
Huge. I mean, his arms always had to walk with his arms out to the side. Really short black hair.
No,
He was during the era of Benoit. They about came out the same. Yeah, I felt for no, not Steve Blackman or Eddie Guerrero. I'm trying.
well, if
He
he was
came
in here,
from.
we can ask him because he knows all of those.
Yeah, I could see him clear as day, but I can't think of his.
Ken Shamrock,
Nah, he
he
had
was
long
one that
hair.
done that.
Now this guy was. He had no, not Big Diesel. He had really short black hair, and he came out with Chris Benoit. In fact, they had matches together where they were friends and then they were enemies.
Oh, hey, babe. Hey, he just walked in. Hold on just a second. Who was the guy that was with Benoit in wrestling, the black
See,
hair,
the Hardy Boys were
martial
both
art?
overweight. They really couldn't wrestle. That's why I really wasn't a
Steve
big fan.
Blackman?
No, 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 no. Tell him it
No,
was about the guy. He had really short
he
hair.
had really short black hair.
Always walked out with his arms out to the side, and he wrestled against Benoit a couple times.
They were again. Him and Benoit had wrestled against each other. Dean Malenko?
No, that's past him. This was when he first came out. I'm trying. Oh my god, it's gonna rack my brains.
No. No, this
Uh,
dude he was with Chris Benoit. I remember him, like, I can see him clear as day.
mm,
Oh, but she said that this dude had short hair. I remember him, it's like
very short black hair and a big like his hairline was all the way back too.
mm,
It was after he fought against Ultimate Warrior,
Ultimate
Steve
Warrior,
Austin.
Steve Austin, back in around that time. I can see him clear as day, but I just can't.
Oh. And his hair was almost like The Rock's, but he didn't have the long sideburns.
Right. I can see him, but I can't think. He wore black pants, didn't he?
Mm, he always usually came out just in his wrestling, his little,
His shorts,
yeah.
short hair, goatee.
No, no goatee, clean shaven. JBL, no, it's not JBL. He had one name. You had Benoit and you had this guy.
Oh,
It's going to rack my brains. I'll remember it as soon as we shut down.
no. No, I can see him clear as day. He was like he was big in all of that.
Batista. Batista.
Batista.
I
Okay.
couldn't remember his damn name. It was gonna, and I was like, man, everybody's putting it in there, and I was like, no, none of those. It was one name. It's just one name. It was just one person, and I
I
couldn't think of
forgot
his
about
damn
him.
name. And he was, he's a big giant of a man.
Okay.
And
I
I
was
didn't like
thinking
him
of a
at
different one.
first. Yeah,
Okay.
I think you were thinking of. Let me see. Not, and I like the Big Show till he got
Night,
really
Michael.
big and
You
fat.
stay safe, and I hope you have a good night
And you
at
make
work.
that money. Yep, you make that time and a half. I
Heck
liked
yeah.
Eddie Guerrero, but the storyline with him in China is just too fake.
Yeah.
And the worst wrestler. I don't know if you can guess. Anybody in the chat, and Maki, you tell me, who do you think was the lamest, out of shape? It was a big mistake. He had personality by the dozens, but as a wrestler, he was so unbelievable it wasn't even real.
Oh, oh
Just a
no.
fat slob.
There's been a couple of them, but I can't remember like right off bat.
Mick Foley.
Oh, see, I always liked Mick. I
He
love
had a
Mick.
perfect personality, but he
Oh,
wasn't. He would have been good as a hype man, like Brother Love
no.
and Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South. But he was not a wrestler.
Oh,
And when he put the sock on,
that
it
always
was
cracked me up.
Batista, purple Batista. I finally figured it out. Yes, he did come. That's why I said he was with Benoit. So they were in the WCW and they came over to WWE together.
No.
So, but I like Gold Dust too,
Mm,
but I liked his daddy better. So,
yeah.
all right, what else did you do? I was wrestling and we got sidetracked with all of us like him. I was shocked to see how many people even you liked wrestling.
Yeah. I didn't get into it though until later on. I was probably like 19 or 20 when I got into wrestling.
She's
So,
like, I'm an adult now. I can travel to meet you.
right.
I've had practice jumping out of trees and scuffing my knees. Wink, wink. Stone
As a
Cold. I'm
as
gonna
a
give you a
cheerleader,
Stone Cold. See,
as
I'm
a
a cheerleader.
cheerleader, I could stretch.
Yep, I'm gonna give you a Stone Cold Stunner. Come here, Steve Austin. So who else for you, or what else did you
Um,
do?
let's see. Trying to think of something, like I said, because my list that I made's kind of a little different, so I don't. Uh, let's see. We done a lot, or I done a lot of playing in creeks
Okay, you
growing
didn't
up.
mind getting dirty or
Mm-mm.
wet in that
Used to
nasty
catch
water.
crawdads and any kind of tadpoles, anything we could catch or find. Snakes. I mean,
So
I,
Tad or crawdaddies or crawfish, where
hmm
were you at growing up?
well, this is the thing. Like I was
Hey,
in
Third Eye.
like on the outskirts of the city.
Okay.
Kind of we had a creek and like some woods and stuff off to the side of our neighborhood.
Were you in the southern parts? You don't have to say when, but you were in the southern states at that point? Because usually I'm used to crawdads or them being down here in the south, south.
Yeah. No, I was where I'm at now, just a little up farther north. Not much far, well, kind of northwest, I guess you could say. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
We have them, which I don't get into creeks like I used to, but yeah, we had crawdads and oh, what were those one things called? Something else I can't remember now, but yeah.
You like to catch those little tadpoles with those little frog semen, with the little tail.
Yes,
I call them
yes,
frog. They were just semen. They had that tail and they looked like, and they turned into frogs. I was like, that scared me when I first saw my first tadpole. And then they were teaching you about sex ed in school, and you see that what a semen looks like a
yeah,
tadpole,
yeah.
and they
It
grow into
does.
frogs. I'm like, I don't want to have a frog.
Yeah, right,
In middle school, before I knew about sex, I don't want to have. No, don't be putting semen. Wait a minute. How do we have babies when that's a semen? That's a tadpole, and it turns into a frog.
right.
It's weird as small kids what we see and think.
Oh yeah, so many
So,
different things. Yeah, grasshoppers. Used to catch grasshoppers and June bugs and tie strings to them so they would fly in the air like kites.
oh, did you ever do the lightning bugs and tear off their butts and put them on
Yes.
those earrings, or stick it
No,
on your nails so they
I
glow
would
in the dark?
I would do it on concrete and try to spell stuff out in the concrete with it.
Oh well, see, we used it as jewelry and put them on our nails.
So,
So big Samoan purple. Okay.
hey,
Um.
third eye, it's good to see you.
Yep. He did a live the other day, and I commented, and he forgot about comments and stuff.
Oh,
I was like, well, now you know you can comment. It is what it is.
oh,
So, all right. For me, this is a big one. I got into this for a couple years. I started off with 5, and my stepdad, as a punishment, decided to make me go to the. We had a thrift shop on base in Germany,
right.
and you put stuff in there, and it would be sold. And then after it's sold, then you go pick up your money. And
Mm.
so as a punishment, he made me get rid of all of them, but I collected and traded comic books.
Oh, yeah.
I was a big comic book. When I started off with 5, when he made me go and pawn my comic books, I
Mm.
probably had close to 500 from trading
Yeah,
up. I'd use my allowance and I'd go and I'd buy, and the closer you get to a 1, or you'd make bets, or
yeah.
you'd put up your comic books for the marble championships to
Hmm.
trade up.
Yeah,
But my favorite comic books was the Tales from the Crypt and the horror ones.
yeah.
And if it wasn't horror, this is going to sound funny, but I love the Ghost Rider cartoons, the comic books, Ghost Rider.
Oh, yeah. I remember those.
Yep. I
I
didn't
still
so
got a
much
box.
care.
I still got a box of old comic books still in like the sleeves or whatever. I've been
Wow.
aiming to get them down and see if they're worth anything. I mean, some of them are kind of damaged, but
If they're still in their cover and they're not damaged, those ones would probably be something, because those numbers are
mm,
going to be so close, to where they're at now. Let's like think about it. If we started when they were big in the 80s and
mhm,
early 90s collecting them, if I would have kept all mine,
yeah,
I had some number 1 editions,
yeah,
like Swamp Thing. When it came out, I had the first edition
yeah,
of Swamp Thing, Ghost Rider. Then I collected all the Tales from the Crypts, and yeah, it
yeah.
was funny. And the Fantastic Four.
Oh, yeah. I remember them.
So, but yeah, I was a big comic book collector.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a
So,
couple of first editions. Um, I'm trying to remember which ones they were. It's been so long since I've looked at them. I wanted to say one of them was Superman. Was it Superman or
oh,
He-Man? It might have been He-Man.
Okay.
It was
Now they
either
might not
Superman
be
or
as
Batman.
popular, but if
Yeah.
you had a first edition number one of
Mm.
Superman, oh my God.
Yeah, I'll have to go and get to my trunk and see and look at them again. I've not looked at them in, gosh, it's been years.
I was looking at, like I said, I've got all the Disney movies from the 80s and early 90s that I collected that I had, but I started collecting from getting them from my son and then my daughter.
No,
And I saved them to give to my grandkids. Never really thought that the VCRs would be non existent, but I do
right.
know they're still around.
Yeah,
Some are, so I bought a couple. There was a sale about 7 or 8 Christmases ago. So I went and I bought three. Um, and my grandson's is hooked up in his room. And they all work great. I had them all wrapped up in plastic and they were up in the attic. Some of the cases got a little warped because of the heat, but
yeah.
the tapes themselves inside, because they made those thick plastic cases. We put the tapes in and still watch the old Disney movies, but you could tell back, man, like we were watching Lion King and it was in color, but it's so washed out for it's not
Yeah,
as vibrant as today's
yeah.
cartoon colors. And it's like watching. I wonder what our folks felt like going from black and white to the first color
Mhm.
TV.
Yeah, it's wild to see like old cartoons compared to nowadays. Now, I mean, it's like they almost look real, like an actual people
Yes.
sometimes, like those Pixars and stuff like
Yep.
that.
Yep. Okay, if you had to pick uh three or okay, let me do this. 5 favorite cartoons from your childhood. What would they be?
Oh gosh. Um, 5?
Pick three.
Pick 3? Okay. I would say the Looney Tunes, Garfield, and the Snorks.
Okay. I
So,
remember the Snorks with the little pipe on the top of their head where they
yep.
breathe into it.
Yeah.
Oh, like little tadpoles with legs and a thing on the top of their head. They came out when the Smurfs did too. The Smurfs,
Yeah.
the Smurf.
Oh, I forgot about Smurfs. Yeah.
Yep. Mine was Mighty Mouse.
Oh,
I liked Woody Woodpecker
no.
and Popeye, the Sailor Man in color. And
Yeah.
they started coming back on. There's a channel, METV, and they do the old fashioned Saturday morning cartoons.
That would be awesome.
So if you have the METV
Uh-huh.
channel, if you have Direct TV, anybody, it's on there. And there's another one that's right next to METV, a couple channels up or a couple channels below, and it's playing where you can watch like it's going old school like the Jetsons, the Flintstones, the original Bugs Bunny hour, the Woody Woodpecker, Popeye the Sailor Man, the black and white and the color episodes.
Yeah.
Heckle and Jekyll.
Yeah. That would be fun to watch.
The other day I was watching because I always try to tease Jackson when he's in a bad mood. I try to do the Woody Woodpecker.
Mm.
Hey,
I used to love that. Hey, Golden.
Golden. See, my kids like the Animaniacs.
Yeah.
It's the Animaniacs.
Man, that's
The
so
two
true.
brothers and a sister.
Yeah. Pinky and the Brain.
Yeah. My
Do you see
daughter's
that?
was Snoopy or Scooby Doo.
Oh, yeah. I always like the Flintstones too.
Yeah.
With
Do you
and then
remember?
when they done the little Flintstones.
Nobody remembers this, but my son loved it. It was almost like they were puppets, but Allegra's window. She had these twisties, those little soft curlers you could put in your hair
Uh-huh.
now. She had like, she was a puppet and she was pink and she had, her name was Allegra and she had all these twist ties for hair and she had a brother and a mom and dad. And it was called Allegra's Window. And then they also, oh, I'm trying to think. Oh, they make new episodes of Woody Woodpecker. Okay, on YouTube. Um, there was also one called Gullah Gullah Island. Do you
Mm.
remember any of that? Gullah
Uh-uh.
Gullah Island. Golden does. You never saw it
Nope.
in the 90s?
Uh-uh.
Okay. It had a family who lived off the in actual Gullah Gullah Island of South Carolina,
No.
the little island off the thing,
Yeah.
and they lived on there, and they had a frog, which was actually a person in this big old suit, and they would sing stuff like uh, they were these gummy bears. Anyways, they would sing songs. The brother would sing,
Uh,
and he had talent, and they would have life Binya Binya, the frog, yep. And they would have life lessons. My son and me loved watching that show together. My daughter
uh,
was Scooby Doo and Barney. I learned every Barney song. I'm telling you, at first I was like, then we had to buy this when we go on the road trip and everything. We had to play the Barney cassette, and Tim would always we'd get together, and he thought he could be slick and put the radio on, and
right.
she would start screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, Barney, Barney," and he would look at me, and I was like, "Hey, I warned you when we got married, Barney. It is." So we got to the point where like Adventure Island of Barney,
Yeah.
and the guy that played one of the greasers on Grease is
Right.
actually the one of the scientists on Gullah Gullah or on uh, the Barney movie, one of the movies. He was a regular, and
Oh,
man, we loved that. I bought all the Barney movies just so me and her could watch them together. I didn't care.
right.
I loved their songs, the life lessons, but man, I knew every one of those Barney songs,
Well,
so I just loved it. But I did love Gullah Gullah Island
uh,
and the
I
Big
never
Blue
saw
Bear.
that or heard of it.
Look it up. It's actually,
Yeah,
pretty good.
I'll have to look it up for
What
sure.
about you? What else did you do that as a girl that might not have been typical girly stuff?
I don't know. Like I can't. I'm trying to think of some other things.
Well, I was into cars. Even at a young age, I would see hot cars. And when you're a teenager, like 12, 13,
Uh,
and you see and mine was a Trans Am. That's my dream car. I'd give up my Corvette for a brand new Trans Am in a heartbeat. If they made the Trans Am coming out looking hot, hotter than even what the Camaro was, I would get rid of my Corvette tomorrow
no.
for a Trans Am
Well,
today.
yeah. They've got. I'm telling you, I would love to have some of these, like some of the older cars. I would love to have one and like restore it.
Yes.
It'd be awesome.
And I don't want the Smokey and the Bandit Trans Am. Mine
No.
was the 96, 96, 95 to 97 type. Those
Yeah.
were my perfect. Hey, Ricky.
Hey, Ricky.
So
Yeah.
but I love cars. And when you're 15, 16, and all you do is you want to have a car, and you see at the time 30 or 40-year-olds driving the Trans Ams and all of that, and
Mm.
you're thinking, why do they let old people have sports cars? And then
Yeah.
you realize when you become 40 and 50, you're not old and you're driving a sports car, and then it hits you. Why? Because we paid all of our bills off and our kids are grown up and we could have fucking afford to drive these damn
Right.
cars while you youngins can't.
Right.
I
Oh
had
my
I was at the gas station. This is a true story. I had to get gas. We went grocery shopping on Tuesday. So I told Tim after we left the grocery store on post, I said, "Look, I got to get some gas." And he's like, "Well, get it." I said, "No, babe, you forget I didn't have my wallet. So I need you to come by and bring me your debit card." Well, he drops it off and he leaves. About this time, a Mustang goes driving by on the road. Next thing I know, he flips and comes into the thing. And as he's heading toward me, he almost runs into the gas pump.
Oh God.
And he pulls up next to me and he says, he gets out and he's just staring at my car and he's like, "I want to be you when I grow up." And I said, "Oh, thank you." I said, "Remember, there's key advices." I said, "You're new into the army. I'm taking it. You're probably about an E3, E4. I said, no credit cards. Wait till you have your kids, raise your family, pay off your debts, and then that's when you worry about this. Because he's
Right.
single right now with his
Right.
new Mustang.
Oh.
He says, oh crap. I was like, what? He says, I was paying so much close attention to your car. My gas pump's on the other side. He had to get in his car, go all the way around, and park on the other side. So as I was leaving, I had my window down, and he says, "I just want to tell you again, cool car." I said, "Would you like to look at the engine?" He says, "Oh man, please." And I opened up the back end for him to check out the engine, and I showed him the inside, and he's just like, "That is so cool."
Oh.
But he couldn't even remember what side his Mustang pump was.
He's so fascinated.
Which I would have been too. I would have if I was in a Mustang because they do look like the Lambos, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, they do.
with the flared hips now. And I do when mine was ordered, and I hadn't got mine, and I was still debating: did I want to stay in a Camaro? Did I want to go back to a Corvette? What did I want to do? As soon as I saw the new one come out, my jaw
Oh.
hit the ground. I knew I was drooling. I didn't know it at first till my lap was soaked, and Tim's like, "Here, you need a napkin. Sop up your lap." He was like, it was worse than if I was staring at some sex object, man.
Right.
Some Greek god or something. And he says, "Lori, close your mouth. You're drooled all over. Here's a paper towel or a napkin." And I'm like, "Get out of here." And that's how I felt.
Oh.
So when you
Fun.
want something or you admire, there's
Mhm.
either a handsome man or an animal or a diamond ring or a piece of jewelry for a man or a watch or a car. You know how you're
Oh.
gonna drool.
No.
Or for you men, the perfect double D's with a little size zero waist, and she's wearing nothing but Daisy Dukes with her thong hanging out and her boobs all but in your face. You get sprung. Yeah, I got lady sprung when I saw the new Corvettes. I guess that's the word you can use. So mine was cars. Anything else with yours?
Um, no, not really.
Did you
I
like to
mean,
roller skate?
yeah, I roller skate, skateboarded, rode
Okay,
bikes.
that's what I did.
Let's see, played like we would play kickball, um,
Red Rover, Red
softball.
Rover,
Yeah, red light, green
green light.
light.
Yep.
We always, it was just, and growing up, like, I played with Barbie dolls some, but like when I was young, but once I got hanging out with my brother and all his friends and me and my friends, we all just kind of combined and all the girls started, playing with the guys' stuff, like their Hot Wheels and, stuff like that.
Yep. How old were you when you first saw guys in a different light than your best friends? When you first looked at that one guy and you're like, damn,
He's a
he's
cutie.
hot. Yeah, he's hot. Wait, how old were you?
Um, oh
Other
gosh.
than wrestlers, because we all had crushes like at
Yeah,
13. But I mean, like
like somebody in life, like in your
in
life.
real life that you knew you saw and that you wanted to be like, man, I want to go out on a date with that one. Or I
Um,
want him to have my number and call me.
I would have to say probably about 12 or 13, I think.
Oh, wow.
Hmm.
See, I was such a tomboy. Mine was 14, going on
Oh,
15.
well,
And I just like to wrestle with him, hang out with him. We'd ride bikes, skateboard. And it wasn't until about 14, 15. And um, that's the boyfriend. He was, like I said, 16.
yeah.
So I was going on 15, or I was 14 and he was 16. And he
Mm,
was down visiting our next door neighbor. That was her little brother. And that's how I broke my arms impressing him. He was already
well,
my boyfriend, but I wanted to show off. And he laughed at me.
oh, yeah.
Hi, Michelle. How you doing?
Hey,
Happy
Michelle.
4th.
Happy 4th.
I did not have a good 4th, Michelle, because when people decided to do fireworks, Molly got so freaked out that Mako will tell you she was climbing on my computer desk, drooling where I had drool and slobber hanging off of me, and my blue shirt looks white because she shed all up over me. So
Well,
Purple was the same age as you, between 12 and 13.
yeah.
Michelle, how old were you when you first were like looked at that first boy and he was no longer like a best friend, but you started looking at guys like, damn, I wish she'd have my ask me for my phone number to ask me out on a date.
Mm,
He's hot or he's good looking. How
well.
old were you?
She said, "Oh no."
Well, Maka cheated. She gave her dog hemp.
Yeah, mine's still knocked out down here. She's all sprawled out.
So I'm gonna and you said I
She's
just order
hot.
it from Chewy with no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah, I
All
can,
right.
I'll send you when we get off, remind if you can remember, let me write it down and I'll send you the link. I'll text it
Okay.
to you.
Well, I got a account with Chewy, so I'll just. But yeah, let me know the name,
Okay.
or do I just type in him? See, 14 or 15, just like me.
Uh,
There you go. So you were early bird. You in purple. Shame on you.
yeah.
I was looking into under the hood of the cars of the 16-year-old boys, not at their asses. Now at 14, 15, as they were bending over, I just happened to step back and be like, "Damn,
Oh,
wait a minute. When did I start thinking he had a nice ass?" Or look at that face or those abs.
right.
Oh, look at those arm muscles. Mm.
Now
A
I
big
did.
arm muscle always turns me on. I don't
Oh
care
yeah.
about the six packs or anything, but like when Tim was sitting there and he did flex and he stretched his arm, and I looked and I was like, ooh,
Uh,
I was like a pirate. Shiver me timbers.
hey, Freedom.
Hey, Freedom, how you doing? Happy 4th. We got some ho-hos in here. Michelle, welcome to the club.
Hey, I just realized that guys were cute at that time. I didn't do nothing until I was 16. So,
Oh, yeah. I didn't lose my virginity till I was 16 going on 17. And I
oh,
ended up, me and him got married and uh, later, and we had our son at 19.
no,
So,
I
but I
was,
was married. We got married. I got married at 17. And we started dating at 15. So,
no, I was 16.
okay.
Yeah, I was 16. It was summertime, of all things.
Yep.
Yep, yep.
Mine too. My mom, you didn't date a guy to the 10th grade. Wow.
Mm. I had
Well,
what I call boyfriends, quote unquote, until I got to that age, where you could
yeah,
actually go out. Because
exactly.
to me, when you're just like boyfriend and girlfriend, to me, it's just, I don't know, I see it differently. Unless you actually go out on dates and stuff like that. But
I think 16 is a magic number, Michelle, because a
mhm,
lot of us do between 16 and 17 is a magic number to lose your virginity. There's a lot that do it a lot sooner, but I
yeah,
wasn't. I was like, no way I was going to be a teenage mom.
no. I had
Nope.
a lot of the girls that I hung out with, I know this probably, which it doesn't reflect me, but they were sleeping with guys at the age of 13. And
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
just talking about like one guy, I'm talking like multiple, like, yeah.
My best friend at 15, I mean, she developed at 13 and she had double D's. And she was
Yeah.
only like 5'2", 5'3", and she had these big knockers. And I used to
Mm,
warn her because guys just started, the older guys.
uh-huh.
We're freshmen, 8th and ninth grade, and these guys are looking at her. And by the end of our ninth grade, she was knocked up by a soldier.
Yeah,
Thought she was old and grown. And once she was knocked up, he denied ever sleeping with her because he knew his ass would get hemmed up.
yeah,
So she made an agreement that, and the mom did with him for a certain amount of child support each month, and they wouldn't go to his chain of command.
no,
But as soon as he got PCS and he hauled ass, what were they going to say?
right.
The baby. So they didn't know where he went, and he was gone.
Mm.
So, but, and she ended up in that. She just kept waiting. She's still waiting for her boobs to develop. I got small C's, and I'm happy with my C cup.
So, yeah, I'm a C and I'm happy with it. It took me a while to get it. I
Mm,
didn't get them
At
until I was what? 19 or 20.
Yeah. And mine aren't the giant C's. So I mean, it's a nice 36C, 34, 36C. That's perfect for me.
No.
So they say more than a handful's a waste. So there's a
Mm,
little bit of a handful, more than a handful, but
yep.
none get
Just a little
wasted.
bit. Right.
Yeah, that's true, Purple. So
Oh, yeah.
you date one of your friend's two older brothers, the oldest one twice, and lost my. See, that's crazy. Did you guys know who you were losing your virginity to? Was it like Purple with the friend, her brother's friends, or was it somebody that just came into your life after? Oh wow, your daughters are both D's at
Gosh.
least, and you're a B to a small C. Hey, don't knock our small C's, Michelle, because you've seen me stand up. I'll tell you what, when I stand up, they're not falling anywhere, and that's without needed undergarments.
Mm,
Mine stay where they got to stay at 54. So be happy with that small C.
yeah.
It's not like you pull them out like some and they hit the ground like we've all seen on other channels.
Right.
Tim knows my nipples are still around
Right.
because they're not hiding up
You
underneath,
don't
facing the ground.
That's what I was fixing to say. You don't have to lift and flip.
Yeah. Do your tits hang low? Do they drag into the floor? Do you tie them in a knot and a bow?
Flip them over your shoulder like a continental soldier.
See, my daughter's upset. She is an A cup too.
Mm.
Now, my mother, she is a double D, and my aunt, though, was a triple H.
Oh, Lord.
And it used to be funny to me that when we would go, she used to, back in the early 80s, they would hand clean their bras because of the
Yeah.
underwear. Hers were so big, she had a special,
Yeah.
they had like a special brace in the back to help keep her back because it was so heavy on her as she got older.
Hmm.
So she'd hang them up, all her clean bras over the uh, shower curtain rod.
Yeah.
So my cousins, we were all laughing and joking, and my sister dared me. So I picked it up. One cup fit over the top of my head all the way down. Hey, Mike, how you doing? I love boobies, Mike says.
Like,
Victoria, you're a double D? Oh my gosh. Well, my aunt was H's, double or triple. Anyways, one cup went all the way over my head, hung down. It was like I could take two
wow.
watermelons and they would fit in these bra cups. Now, not like the giant round ones, but if you got like the oblong shape
Uh-huh.
kind of, two of those would fit her bra.
True, man.
And when she hit her 50s, they were so bad, her back was shot. The insurance finally agreed after all those years to get a breast reduction,
Oh.
but they only took her to a D.
See, that's what always gets me. It's like,
Good night, Justice. All love.
good night, Justice. I hope you, I think she said she wasn't feeling good. Was she the one that said she wasn't feeling good?
No, it was.
Okay.
I thought it was Purple who wasn't feeling well,
It's purple.
and
Okay.
I think
Well, I
that
hope
it.
you have a rest of the good 4th. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh, I done
Got your
forgot.
cup size. Somebody, because I was talking about watermelon boobs.
Oh, that's one thing that always gets me is like these poor women that's got these big boobs and they have to go through all this stuff to to
Hey,
get them
Blue.
reduction to get a reduction, but yet somebody can walk into any plastic surgeon and get a boob job with no problem.
Exactly.
I hate that. Like that makes me so mad. Hey,
That's a
Blue.
good, Michelle. You know what? That's a good question. We're doing great, Blue. How are you? That is an awesome question because we let the chat stir us in the last hour of our show. Um, for me, it would be in the past when I was young. I did think about a boob, even though I had a small C cup. I did think about going to like a double C or a small D. I'm
Mm,
glad I didn't.
yeah.
If I could get one today based on my age, it would be my neck. because I
Yeah.
notice as I'm getting older, I'm still fit from going to the gym. My arms are toned, um, my legs, my waist, but my neck, it's
Yeah.
starting to, I've noticed, get loose skin. I would do
Yeah.
my neck. How about you, Maka?
Um, I would have to say, I would probably have my nose done
Okay.
because where it's been broken, like I have that, like the cartilage or whatever, I would want
Yeah.
to get that fixed. So,
Ooh, Michelle, that's a good one.
what
With
is
my
it?
insomnia, I have a lot of bags under my eyes too.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mike, thank you for coming by. It's been
Later,
a while
Mike.
since we saw you over here, so we appreciate you. We're usually Wednesday nights before Rick and Moses if you want to ever come back and hang out.
Oh,
I wouldn't
have
even
you?
mind because even though I go to the gym and stuff, everybody, you always have that little bit after having kids,
Yeah.
just that little bit of problem stomach area that you'd like to get done. But,
Mm,
well, that's kind of, well, no, that's not plastic surgery. You just want surgery to help with your shoulder curvage.
well,
Hey, Purple, I know that I had a cousin that had that problem. And instead of the surgery, what they had him do was sit in a chair, and it was painful for a while, but he would just have to like up and down lift his shoulders backwards. Like if you stand at attention, he would have to sit and keep rolling his shoulders back. And
yeah.
after about a year of that, he ended up with straightening out his shoulders and got rid of that curve. And it
Mm,
helped with the pain.
well,
So I don't know if that would help you, but it's like rolling.
mm,
Okay,
yeah.
so we have women in here right now.
Well,
Do you believe, okay, if there's one advice to give women from our older self to our younger self, and it's something I was told by my grandmother, I'm thankful because I paid attention. My advice to young women is when you're young, as soon as after you have your kids, start your Kegel exercises.
mm,
What advice would you give to a younger you when it comes to your body, like for to keep things toned, or for even like sexual advice that you would give a
right.
younger version or younger women?
Um,
Hey, Tyler, nephew.
uh, I would have to say, hey, Tyler, I would say stick with make you a regimen of like um kind of like a I want to say spa day
Yeah,
at least once a week for yourself to relax, to give yourself like, get your skin refreshed and all of that.
that's good advice. The reason I say Kegel, and it's not just for sex,
No,
after kids, it don't matter if you're 30, you sneeze and sometimes, you tighten up those muscles back down there that get ruined and stretched from a baby.
well, I can tell you one thing because I've not had a child. It still happens whether you've had a child or not.
That's true. I, as you get older. So that's why you want to strengthen those muscles so you can hold it in a
Yes,
little bit better.
yes.
Um, I like the skin regimen, but what goes hand in hand with that is unless you're going out, ladies, don't put all that face makeup
Mm-mm.
all over. Stay away from all
No,
that foundation and stuff. If you use it,
no,
wash it off as soon as you get home. Don't sleep in it. Don't keep it
no.
on longer than you have to. But there's an alternative: the tinted face cream, the tinted
Yes.
moisturizer, the tinted SPF cream for your face. You
Hmm.
could use that and it still look, that's all I use. So
Yeah,
when people think I've got makeup on, I'm not wearing that. I'm actually wearing tinted moisturizer.
yeah. And they have like those BB creams or CC
That's
creams.
what I use, BB
Yep.
creams. Yep.
Yeah, I've not used foundation. I used to use it, but only like if I was going out and
Oh yeah, Michelle.
I wouldn't like now I rarely I use like you said, I use the tinted moisturizer or the like the CC creams or BB creams.
Yep.
Hey, Vinny Vin, welcome
And what's
back.
good is after you put on that tinted moisturizer, then you use the powder.
Hmm. The
And then you put on,
translucent.
yes, and then you put on your blush and stuff because it's not touching your skin
Mm,
and the moisturizer is not setting in the pores. So
yep.
it's not make aging you getting into all those fine lines causing heavier wrinkles
Yes.
because makeup and that sun, it cakes it in your face. Think about if you take a pile of mud and you stick it in the sun, what happens to it? It crinkles and dries it up to make dry dirt, right?
Right.
That's what happens to these girls' faces.
Hmm.
You're putting on all that liquid,
Yep.
wet makeup.
Yep.
Then you're putting all the cream on there, the powders, and then you're going to put the blushes, and then you're going to go out into the sun. Whether
Hmm.
it's even if it's wintertime or not, the cold will dry mud up and freeze it too. And what
Yep.
happens when you freeze something and it breaks? It cracks.
Yep.
That's your face.
Hmm.
It's caking. So if you're going to go out in the sun and you want to put makeup on, wear tinted moisturizers.
Yep. I mean, you would be surprised the coverage that it gives. I mean, there are
Yes.
some that doesn't really give a lot of coverage, but I mean, there is some that does really good.
Yeah.
I wish, what is the name of that one that I've been using?
Walmart's has two good ones for your face. Because when you can't find the BB one, there it has a generic name, but it's over there by the CoverGirl aisle and stuff. Ask the ask somebody or look it up on your phone for tinted moisturized coverage. Tinted
Oh,
moisturizers. It'll
yep.
tell you what aisle to go to, and it's in the makeup aisle.
Oh, I was trying to think of the one that I'm using right now that it does really well. It covers good and you can't even tell that you have it on. But I cannot think of the name because I've tried several and I didn't have much luck with them. Like that Bare Minerals.
Yeah,
I used them tried it and it was not good.
yeah, I didn't like it either. The older you get, certain makeups just cake into you and make you look older. I heard that somebody said, I bet she don't know how to, I wonder if she don't know how to do makeup. First of all, no. One, I was in the military for a short time, but always hectic with babies. I didn't want to be kissing my babies with a bunch of lipstick and foundation smearing on my baby's pores.
No.
And two, I didn't have to hide what I look like.
Mm,
And that's why I don't have a lot of the wrinkles at 54 as
no.
some of the women in their 40s
No.
that we've seen on here that, or in
No.
real life. I'm sorry. Pam Anderson, look at some of the actors that are my age and look at how old they look from being in that makeup with the cameras on them.
Mhm.
It bakes their skin.
Yep. Yeah, that's I used to be asked, "What kind of foundation do you use?" I don't
That's
use
what it is.
foundation.
Ulta. I've seen Ultas too.
No.
And what's that? Sephora. They have a
Sephora.
good. Yep, they had a good tinted one. So, but yeah, I quit doing foundation after I started when I was probably about 15, 16, that time frame.
Mhm.
But by the time I was 23, 24, I was done with all that makeup stuff. And then I
Yep.
was like, well, I want to go out. If it's summertime, I tan naturally with my nationality. So I never used any kind of makeup at all in the summer, just some
No.
eyeliner. But in the winters, when I would lose some of that color, I was like, what do I want to do? I don't want to go out without anything. And I found I was turned on to tinted moisturizers,
Yeah.
Aquanet hairspray, and CoverGirl foundation. Oh, yeah. And
Oh,
it
yeah,
does
that
leave a smell.
CoverGirl. Oh gosh, I remember that CoverGirl foundation. Oh,
And I know this sounds weird, but I found the best. I don't have zits. And I know a lot of my friends that do, even with the foundation and the tinted moisturizer. But when I do put it on, because I'm putting on blush and everything else like that, and my
yeah.
eyeliner, do you know I use the aloe hand sanitizer? I squirt a little bit on a cloth,
Oh,
uh, and or like a wet wipe, and I
Oh,
spray a little hand sanitizer on there with the aloe, and that's what I keep my face clean.
well,
So, and I don't have any acne.
see, I couldn't do that. That would dry me out bad.
You'd think it would, but if you get it with the aloe and you're just using a small little drop to go over all your face,
No,
and you're using a wet wipe that already has like the aloe, or I use the wet wipes that are the ones with the green tea and the cucumber.
see, I can't do green tea on my skin.
Okay.
Every time I use green tea, it breaks me out. Don't
Wow.
know why. Don't know what it is, but every time I got this new face wash, because I do the Ipsy bags. Well, I used to. I've canceled all that now, but I used to do the Ipsy bags in the boxes and stuff. And they sent me a green tea, and I hadn't used it in a while. And I was like, well, now that I'm, a little older or whatever, I could probably use it. And
Right.
I put that stuff on my face, and my face was so red and it broke out so bad. I looked like a teenager again. I was like, nope,
Wow.
that's got
Well,
to go.
Michelle says she's having trouble with acne. I'm going to tell you guys a little secret about acne that'll clear you up. And you're going to think I'm wrong. But when I was told this, I thought it was crazy. And Tim's stepmom told my son. My son went through, when he hit puberty, he started breaking out so bad that he had the welts that were always red. We
Mhm.
did that Pro V,
Oh,
or
yeah,
what is it? Proactive. We did the
proactive.
Proactive. We tried the Clearasil. We tried all the acne meds, and we could never. We went to the doctors. They gave him antibiotics. Nothing worked. So we did expensive Proactive. Nothing. Didn't touch it. His face was getting thick.
Right.
Well, we went home. We were on leave before Germany, and she was, well, I guess you'd call her my mother-in-law. She basically was Tim's stepdad, his stepdad, but he called him his dad. So
Mm.
his dad's wife. So I'm just gonna say, hey, Ghost fam. So I'm gonna say, just say mother-in-law. Um,
Right.
she told my son. She told us to go to the store real quick and buy Quaker oatmeal. You know the oats, the
Uh-huh.
big plastic or cardboard container.
Yeah.
We brought it home. She took a bowl. She poured a handful of oats into this bowl. She added just a little bit of warm water and
Mm.
she stirred it. And it was still liquid. So she poured, it was still uh, like the oats. So she
Right.
poured just a little bit more in till it absorbed and she stirred it around till it made a thick, like a paste. Not
Mhm.
quite oatmeal yet, but because you're not cooking it. But if you add the water, um, it gives you that same, almost like when oatmeal's already done cooking, but this is
Right.
more of a sticky, just the oats were wet.
Right.
It was almost like a paste.
Right.
She put that all over my son's face and she says, what you're going to do is you're first going to get that Lotrim, that anti-foot fungus cream
Right.
or spray, but the cream for the face. She says it's infected. It's an infection from acne, from popping zits, and it's you've
Yeah.
been. It's just like you have on your foot. It's almost like an athlete's cream or
Right.
athlete's foot. It's an infection.
Right.
So twice a day, you're going to do the Lotrim athlete foot cream on your cheeks.
Right.
You're going to rinse it and wash it clean with cold water, not hot,
Right.
because cold closes your pores, hot opens them, that allows dirt to get in there. You get blackheads and acne.
Right.
After you're done with that, to get rid of the thickening, to get rid of the infection, you're going to take that paste of your oatmeal and you're going to lather it all over your face and you're going to keep it on till it dries and hardens or
Mm.
starts to flake. You're going to peel it off, but then you're going to soak your face in cold water. So you'd fill the sink and just dip your face in the cold water, and that's how you wash your face. Do
Right.
you know within 30 days, the redness and thickness was disappearing off of his face? And within 90 days, he no longer has acne and he never has. And anytime he starts to feel a breakout, he
Uh,
always keeps his oatmeal in the bathroom underneath his sink.
hmm.
Oatmeal paste for your face is the best because when it hardens, it's pulling out the toxins and it's taking
Right.
out the blackhead and all the oils from your face.
Right.
Because you get acne when you have excessively oily skin.
Mhm.
So if you're having trouble with acne, people, buy some Quaker oatmeal, make it into a paste, and do it like a face mask twice a day, morning and night.
Right.
And
Hey.
I'll bet you money, if you don't see a difference within 30 days, you're not doing something right.
Right. Hey, Ghost.
90s is back. And
Hey,
Ghost,
Ghost. It's good to see you. Hey,
I know
90s.
we saw Benny. You know who we
Yeah.
didn't
Been
see?
in
Oh, I
there.
know why we haven't seen him. Because he's off tonight. Would be Sin TV.
Oh, yeah.
All right, it's only a little bit. You know, when I get just a couple, Michelle, do you know what I use? I know you're going to sound this is funny. I literally use the aloe hand sanitizer, and when I feel a zit coming on, I will put the hand sanitizer with the aloe on where I think I'm having a zit come in, or after I've popped a zit, if I get it one or two, and I do it in, and it might sting just a second, but it clears it up and it keeps my face clean.
No.
So try the hand sanitizer Purell or it's Purex, the green one with aloe. Raw lemon straight on the affected area, Ghost says.
Yeah. Yeah, that works really well.
I just know we've lived by the oatmeal and the hand sanitizer, and even Tim will tell you, and he thought I was crazy. Just like when you get a tattoo, everybody, don't put that damn ointment on. All that ointment does is leave your tattoo gooey and gummy, and
Mm.
then when it dries, it gets into the it's gooey, so it peels.
Right.
I use, and I taught Tim every one of our tattoos, Noxzema.
I've heard that.
Yep. Because with the Noxzema, it's like when you get a sunburn, you pour the Noxzema onto it and it takes the sting out of it. It
Right.
does good with the sting. I'm not peeing on my face, Golden, you sick mofo.
I
You
just
keep your
looked up and
golden.
saw that.
He needs to keep his golden, his little hobbies to himself. Damn. So he wants to pee on a face and then expect her to put the pee pee in her mouthy. Here, let me squirt you with my pee so that you can suck on my pee pee. No, thank you, wee. Take your wee wee and go bye bye. Golden Kelly in the chat. Golden, that's a good one. Yeah, Michelle, I think you'll like that. The oatmeal or the hand scoop. Hey, Scooter. I'm just gonna run around naked at work tomorrow with oatmeal all over. All
Hey,
right, Scooter, you do that. I'll take the blame for that.
hey, Scooter.
If they pay you, if you get money for running around naked, Scooter, I get 50% for giving you the idea. So you just remember that. All right, the Vaseline brand lotion with aloe for your face. All right, I'll have to look into that. I just know that the aloe sanitizer, I don't wear makeup but maybe 2 or 3 times a month. So it works perfect without drying it out. God, Scooter's laughing. uh, a YouTube creator told me to run around naked with oatmeal on my body till it peels off. You want to help me peel this off, baby? You're going to get a sexual harassment claim on you and lose your job, Scooter.
Right.
If you get paid, I get half. But if you get fired, you get nothing from me but a
Hey,
good advice. And my
since
advice
I
would be never listen to me if you think it's going to get you in trouble.
since I was up here, I think I should at least get 10%.
Okay, I can do that. How did it feel, Michelle, when you put the hand sanitizer on? A little bit of a sting, right? But then it went away. Do it for a couple of days and just tell me what you think. The ones you've got, if they don't start going away, now she's going to pass the golden shower thing on. Oh, he
Yeah, I
works for
wouldn't try that.
librarians. Look,
Uh-oh.
Scooter, according to what Golden says, he like women like to have pee pee put on their face so that then they'll suck your pee pee. So he's giving advice too.
He's giving the wrong advice,
I
though.
know. Even Michelle's like, I'm going to take Lori's advice, but I told you the sting goes away really quick. She's gonna take my advice, Golden, but she's like, she's gonna pass on yours. Thank you, but you know.
Right. In 90s, their glasses are gonna be fogged.
That it will. I don't know if I'm a librarian, somebody comes running in naked with oatmeal all over their thingy and wangy. I'm gonna be like, did I wait a minute? I'm gonna be looking up from my book like, wait a minute, I didn't just see that. No, I'm gonna look back down and be like, wait a minute, I know I just said I'm gonna be coming through the book stacks. Did I just see an oatmeal covered wangy? She knows you're just joking, Golden. We tease him, Michelle. He got the name Golden because he's into golden showers. Well, Sin started that.
Yeah.
So, oh, no more scooter videos. Fun
Now
fact:
we
pee
can't have
makes
that.
your ears stop hurting. Well, yeah, because you can't. Okay, Savannah, how does it make your ear stop hurting? It would block up the ear where you can't hear if you got pee pee hanging in your ear. How does it stop it from hurting? And how
So
would you know that?
I say it's probably something like with the ammonia maybe in the pee. Do humans have ammonia? I don't know.
So, I mean, who thought of, hey, hon, I have an ear infection. Okay, let me stand over you and take a piss in your ear. Okay, dear, because that's going to help. Somebody had to initially do that.
Oh, now I know that peeing, like if you get a, like if you're in the ocean and a
Yep,
jellyfish stings you, pee's really
yep,
good for that, but I've
yep.
never heard of putting it in your ear. That's a little
I
new.
told Tim, babe, if we're on a beach and a jellyfish stings me, you can pee on my leg. But if it stings you, and there's people on the beach, I'm not standing over your leg trying to reach up or on your leg or wherever it stung you and trying to pee.
Now, come
We're
on. If he would do it for you, you've got to do it for
He's
him.
gonna have to suffer up until we get to a private spot. And then I will pee on his leg or his back or wherever he gets stung, but not out on the beach. He can whip his out because he ain't got, everybody just be like, oh, somebody went fishing, caught a catfish. Lori Cumwork says a moisturizer too. Yeah, well, I have heard that.
I've heard
It's
that too.
also a good mousse for your hair. I've watched What About Mary? So I know it comes also good to keep your hair in place.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
Michelle, if you came on here the next live next Wednesday when we go live and say that you had somebody pee on your face and it worked for your acne, I'm gonna fall out of my chair.
I know, right?
A 95-year-old woman told you that. Okay, I could see that
No.
because they did all kinds of old remedies when they couldn't
Mhm.
afford the doctors or there weren't doctors.
I'm telling you, there's some good remedies out there for back. I want to find one of those books so bad that's got like the old remedies for stuff because there's some good ones.
That stuff can stay out of my hair. Hey, it's better than hairspray. It's got super hold. That's what I've heard watching that TV show.
Right.
When I saw that, I about gagged. Oh,
Did you
what's
really?
this? And she scooped up that handful of
What
jizz from some guy.
that was great.
Ugh. And it would have been warm. She
Uh-huh.
just scooped up that warm. Oh. And I think when I saw Mary, I think I was like early 20s. And she just gobs it on her hair and then it just stands up stiff as a. Um, Well, okay. I know if they eat asparagus, it changes. And I have heard that if you eat fruits, I don't know if it's
Mhm.
just pineapple, but I do know if they eat fruits,
Yes.
pineapple, strawberries, watermelon, it doesn't do it right away. This is something they've got to change their diet because if they eat
Mhm.
it once that night, it's still gonna be yeah.
Right.
So it's something that they have to like change their diet.
Yeah.
So especially for at least a couple months of you know if you're one of those random like I'll do it on your birthday
Right.
or anniversary. If you do it all
Mhm.
the time you just learn to you know
Right.
spit or swallow quick.
Swallow, swallow.
Yeah, Maka says swallow to keep your man happy. But I'll tell you with this though. Now, if you listen to Maka and you do that, every time you burp and you hear laughter, you're not. It's not a ghost in your house.
That's why I hear it all the time. Okay,
Yeah.
now I know.
Think of how many you've swallowed. You have more children than you thought you had, Maka. Michelle says, great. So now when I swallow, I'm stuck with chicken wing flavor.
Correct.
I wish it was true all the way because then it'd be like Tim loves steak. When I cook him, I cook steaks a lot for him. And I was like, I'd be getting the taste of steak. It don't work like that. It's still
I was taking a
salty.
drink over that one.
Well, why? Okay, I do have a question though. Why is it always so salty? I guess there's so much salt in the diets of everything people eat and drink that it's very salty.
Well, I don't know if I want to go into that or not, but
Hey, we promised the chat. This is what they
oh,
want. They lead us to talking about pee in the ears and semen, and this is where we got.
I mean, I wasn't no pro or nothing. I'm not going to say nothing like that, but we'll just say
You're
it this
married.
way.
You should be a pro.
Well, I mean, I am now, but
Yeah.
according,
Okay.
but anyway, moving on. Um, it's it's not always been salty for me.
Huh. What kind of flavors have you been lucky to have? I didn't know they come in like Starburst.
I don't just I mean, it wasn't salty, but it wasn't like I don't know, it's just kind of plain.
Kind of fishy.
No, no, just plain, like there wasn't no flavor.
What gets me is you hear people talking, and most people do get up to clean themselves after sex
Hmm.
because it smells. After you have sex, it's smelly.
Oh yeah, I mean
Be-
that's part of it.
yeah, you're mixing bodily fluids, but you're sweating,
Hmm.
and you're squishing that sweat together and you're making that stuff into froth instead of just, if you keep going after, it turns to froth. You know what I mean?
Uh,
You keep going and going because it's so good you don't want to stop. So it's like
right.
you got to get up and take a shower or a bath,
Hmm.
you know. And it's nice to go and do the shower together because it might happen in the shower afterward during it too. So you don't even have to clean a second time, but you get a second.
Right.
Purple, I'm gonna pay your husband to pee on your weed if you don't stop. I know, right, Michelle? If we
Yes.
could have Starburst flavored shit, women
Uh,
all over America would be swallowing every night.
Heck yeah. Cotton candy,
Yeah.
Starburst,
Yeah.
especially if it was like chocolate. Now, if
Oh,
there was a
especially
lot of
around
like,
their period, and you're not, be like,
like, come here, baby, I need
yeah,
some chocolate.
let me have a little bit of that chocolate flavor you got this time. Here,
Right.
I wish they could just eat something and like an hour later it would affect the taste or
Hmm.
the smell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it'd be like, huh, what am I in the? I'm in the mood for some watermelon tonight, babe. Here, have a bunch of slices of watermelon. Or
You
hey,
don't you don't want the calories, you just want the
yeah,
flavor.
I want some jelly beans. Go ahead and eat the jelly beans. Hey, if I'm going to carry those kids in my belly, you can carry the calories. Not necessarily, no, Savannah, because if he eats right before sex, it won't have enough time to go through because it does take 24 to 48 hours to digest anything you ate. So it's not going to make it to the reproductive system. They do say at least a couple days, but you can't have anything else. And there is a lot of sodium and salt in our foods.
Yes.
So Purple's like, it's okay if he pees in my weed because he'll be smoking his pee pee too. Have you ever wanted to be a man for like just for like sex, just once to see because to see how it feels like for their side? So like I want an understanding. I know how it feels for me, but I
Right.
want to know how it works for Tim, and I want him to know how it works men should know how it works for women,
Right.
and men should have to, and women should have to know what it's like for men. That way, if when they're in a hurry and they rush, and then they're going to be like they're on the opposite end and they ain't getting theirs, they're going to slow it down and try to figure out to make it work
What's on?
when you're
Yeah.
younger.
Stop.
And women, when we know how it feels for men, and we get to see what it's like at least the more knowledge is power, and you guys can help each other. So if we all knew what the other experienced leading up to the arousal, into getting worked up, the foreplay, to coming all the way, man,
Mhm,
really? Okay, Savannah, I'll have to try that.
mhm.
Hey, Killa, happy 4th.
Hey, Killa.
How you be? So Savannah says whatever they eat that night, it'll taste like that later that night.
Mm.
So Tim's going to eat a whole damn watermelon, and I'm going to wait 2 hours, Savannah. And his shit better be spitting out watermelon seeds by the time I'm done. Or I should be spitting out watermelon seeds and not the other end when I'm done. Or
Why
I'm
was I
blaming
sitting?
you.
I was sitting here thinking the same thing. I'm like, what sounds good?
Hey, Airborne. Yeah, I'm already thinking, like, well, who'll be back
Hey,
on Sunday? Huh. Tim, I got a whole watermelon in the icebox. I got some cantaloupe and some strawberries because Jackson's coming. And
oh.
whatever he don't eat, instead of sending it home with him, all right, I'm keeping this shit.
Like, babe, we're trying something new tonight.
Yeah, babe, you're not eating steak for dinner. Why not? You're having to eat a watermelon because I
Right.
was told it's going to taste like watermelon tonight. Look, Michelle's like, babe, start eating a quart of ice cream right now because it's getting on tonight. I want my strawberry ice cream. Get on it, baby doll. Oh no, if he eats White Castles all weekend, I'm not swallowing because it'll. I love to eat onions, but I don't want to swallow like uh a thick pasty onion from the tip up. No,
Oh.
nah. I like my onions translucent. So if he passes a watermelon seed through, no, I'm saying I better be spitting out watermelon seeds because if he's going to eat it and it's going to taste like that, I better be spitting that out instead of the other stuff. She said, I said something. Watermelon is sweet. All right. If that's not sweet enough, he's going to eat a bag of damn Starburst. Starburst gummies. I'm going to go when I pick up Jack tomorrow. We're going to Walmart's to pick up a few of his things for the weekend. I'm buying
Well,
a ship bag of jelly beans. Watch me.
well,
Jelly
oh,
bellies.
I love those is it Starburst jelly beans or
Yep.
Skittles jelly beans? No, it's
They have
Starburst.
both. They have
Do they
they
have
have
both?
both. Yep.
Which
Or they
one's
have
the red bag? It's Skittles. The
Skittles.
Skittles jelly beans are so good.
I've never had them now, but
Mm.
maybe I'm buying a big old bag of giant half-gallon bag of Starburst then jelly beans this weekend. Watch me. I
I'm gonna
already
have
had the Pop Rocks, but I did those. Now it's his turn.
I'm gonna have
Savannah
to
says
add that to my list.
yeah, she's gonna make her husband eat ribs and brisket, so she's spitting out barbecue sauce. Well, we know when Savannah comes on camera next week and she's got red lips, it's because she when she swallowed it, the stain of those barbecue sauce ribs are stuck. uh, yeah, I'm not having him do a bunch of sugar. It does help the medicine go down.
Mm.
I'm just gonna get the damn jelly beans. Boy, he likes gummy bears too, but I think the jelly beans will be more sweet. Tyler, you hearing this? If you're gonna get your and you don't want it to be just on your birthday, you better go eat a bag of candy, and then tell your girl, I swear, baby, the swimmers taste like Skittles. Taste the rainbow, bitch. If she chokes or gags, you went too far. He just put one. He got so distracted talking to his wife. Go buy Skittles. He could only type a one instead of thank you.
Oh god.
uh, Pineapple's all you need is what the swingers. No, that's just to let people know that they're swingers. I ain't getting a pineapple. So the old dirty men at the Walmarts looks at me like, wow. No, I don't want you kitty cat crawling to me, bitch. Keep your here, take your pineapple back. I'm not buying a pineapple. I'm here for damn jelly beans. Leave me alone.
Oh,
Yeah, Tyler, we did find out from Golden that if you let people pee on you, it's good for your skin. And you, if you have an ear infection, they could pee in your ear, and that'll help with your ear infection. And cum helps you style your hair better. Instead of hair gel, use your splooge. So Golden did two sweet blue raspberry energy drinks for his lady, but they were Sour Patch. Yeah, I swallow and it's sour. I'm doing more than spitting. I'm donkey punching right underneath the tank. I'm going straight in fist. Ah, I ain't eating no damn Sour Patch. That ain't sweet. I don't like it.
you don't like Sour Patch Kids?
No, I don't
Mm,
like any of the sour candy.
really?
Nope.
Oh man, I love it. I eat that stuff until my tongue hurts.
Ugh. See,
I love those. What are they called? They're like Sour Patch Kids, but they're something else. I can't think of the name of them, but they're jelly bean or not jelly beans, but they're like well shoot, but they're covered in like sugar, that sour stuff. I can't think of the name of it right now, but
I can't think of them either.
not warheads.
Ugh.
Well, crap, I can't think of the name of it, but anyway.
Oh, I like those peach and peach rings.
Mm, I remember those.
Savannah, I know what you were saying. I was teasing you that if they eat,
Uh-huh.
we know that. Okay, she's she's like, all I'm saying is if they have something sweet, it
Uh-huh.
it'll be sweet. It is sweeter. It won't taste like salt and stuff. And we're
Right.
teasing her that hey, eat a watermelon. It's
Oh,
gonna. We're
bless
just
her heart.
teasing Savannah. We knew that it wasn't if they ate a watermelon, he's gonna have watermelon cum. We're just saying that we're gonna go and stuff sweets down our man's face because we knew what you were saying. And we weren't taking you literal. We were taking you jokingly,
Yeah.
but knowing we were taking you more figuratively than literally. She's like, Lori, all I was saying is that it will taste sweet if they're eating sweet. It's not going to taste what they eat.
I love her heart.
Hey, teardrops.
I hate teardrops.
Horse. What is a horse apple? Those crab apples?
No, I don't
I
think
don't
you
know.
can eat those.
Oh, you can, but you get diarrhea.
Mm. See, Golden, you lost me at Swedish fish. I can't eat those. I
Mm-mm.
don't know. I don't like licorice though. I love Twizzlers, but I hate licorice.
Now, see, I know this is going to sound weird. I like black jelly beans and I like black licorice.
Really?
Yeah. Hope you had a great Fourth teardrops. A lot of people hate black licorice, but you think about it. Why is it so popular? Why do they still make black licorice if nobody likes it?
Hmm.
I don't like the red, but I do like the black. I can't eat it a lot. I'd rather have the strings, the shoestrings
Yeah.
licorice. I like the black, and I like the black jelly beans.
Mm.
My man's gun is going to be shooting watermelon seeds across the room. So she's going to be feeding her man watermelon tonight, too. See? Now, why is it you said my man, if he's shooting watermelon seeds, he's got to go to the doctor, but yours is allowed to shoot a watermelon seed? What the hell, 90s? You're trying to be selfish and buy up all the damn watermelon. So you get watermelon semen, and the rest of us have to use gummy bears and shit. No, I'm not a big candy fan, but when I do, I can handle. I do like the black licorice, like when I was a kid and go to the movies.
Oh,
So, but She said he just has. They just have to eat anything sweet, and you won't. The cum won't taste like what they ate, but it'll be sweeter.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not sticking with no pineapple either. Though he's a fan of pineapple, but it almost pineapple to me it's sweet, but it also is tangy, bitter.
Uh-huh. I love pineapple and cottage cheese.
Oh, so you lost me on the cottage cheese.
Yeah. Yeah, my husband, he hates it when I bring it out.
Mm.
He can't even be in the room with it. He's like, "Nope, nope, can't do it."
It looks like curdled milk.
Yeah. Well, it basically is.
Yep. I like pineapples. Every once in a while, Tim's a big pineapple on his pizza, extra pineapple. And
Oh,
every once in a while, I'll be in this weird fruit and I'll order and I'll share it, pineapple on on a pizza.
no.
You wonder what your husband, mine too. He'd be like, he said, you say, and then he'd be like, never mind. You're my wife. I know you.
Yeah.
I grew up with soldiers my whole life. My dad being in the army and all the guys, the friends that he would bring over, and they'd have their parties and they would have dinners. And, and for us, just talking about sex, if you're not ashamed of it, why should you
Mm,
be afraid to talk about
great. Oh, that's mine. He's sitting over here just shaking his head, laughing at me. So,
it? Exactly. Real men don't have
no.
nothing. They're not like, so my wife's allowed to talk how she wants. I'm
Uh-huh.
confident in my
No.
wife. She's with me.
Mhm.
It's not like I'm actually talking to a guy like, yo, baby, how about you tell me what your is tastes like? I don't
Right.
care what anybody else is. I'm talking about
Mm,
my man.
mhm.
So are everybody in here talking about their mans, you
Right.
know? Savannah says her man loves
Oh,
cottage cheese and peaches.
yeah. I've heard of that. Purple said she eats it in her ramen. I never thought of that.
And the
Which
ramen,
I don't, yeah, I don't
yeah.
eat that very often anymore though, but I'll have to try that the next time.
Mm.
I used
Yeah,
to
I
put an
just,
egg. Have you ever had an egg in your
yes.
ramen? Oh,
Yep.
it's so good.
Yep. Fry it up, cut it up, and also the cheese. Put cheese in there.
No.
Shred some mild
Mhm.
cheddar.
Yep.
But I got hooked as I'm older. There's one flavor that I
Mm.
like of ramen, and that's the only flavor I can eat. Is it's the pork.
See, I don't, the only one I'll eat is the chicken. All the rest of them just don't taste right to me.
See, Tim likes the roast chicken one and
Uh-huh.
the orange package, the normal chicken, regular.
Yep.
I know, right? 90s. But so I'm kind of disappointed though, Savannah. Hey, Muff, how you doing?
Hey, Muff.
I'm kind of disappointed though. Now she did get me all excited. I thought if I fed Tim a bunch of Starburst, I would get Starburst taste the rainbow come, but it's gonna just be sweet.
Uh,
So I could just go and get a Kit Kat and get my sweetness.
uh,
So you kind of ruined it for the men because if all these women are like, damn, I can get my favorite candy and I can still eat it without getting calories because I'll just swallow it and it doesn't count.
uh,
And now we know it's not going to taste like watermelon. It's not going to taste like Starburst.
right.
But hell, if it could be sweeter than what it comes out, hey, we should all try it anyways. The
Yep.
guys are like, cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. So
So Michelle, what kind of Jello packet? Like what
I'll be right back,
flavor?
Micah.
Okay. Like what flavor? Is there like a doing good, Muff? I hope you are too. And congratulations on your thing on the rundown. I was so glad. Right, Purple. I say he's probably out somewhere with the fireworks because I think he's on the other side of the country. That's good, Golden. There's always casualties of some sort, so you did good this year.
Move.
Shrimp.
When I say move, I mean move.
See, I don't know about the shrimp
Pick up
maiden.
the drum set and
I don't know.
everything your sister destroyed real quick so I can
She's got to
pass
pick up her toys.
before I trip in the dark. All right.
Red flavors like cherry. Okay. I'll have to try that, Michelle.
What are we talking about?
She said to take cottage cheese
Uh
with
huh.
pineapple and then the powder from the Jello packet and like sprinkle it on. And I asked her what flavor, and she said red flavors like cherry.
And
And I
why
love
would
cherry
you
flavored.
do that? For what? It makes the cottage cheese taste better?
Uh-huh. Well, that's what
Oh,
she's saying. She said that she loves her cottage cheese with pineapple and the powder from a Jello packet.
huh.
So I'll have to try that.
Yeah, let us know. It's like for me when I'm doing barbecue. After you barbecue everything, like your wings and stuff, you take that powdered, not the packets because there's no sugar, but the already pre made Kool Aid, and you do the grape over the barbecue sauce and broil it, and
Hmm.
it crisps up the candy. So it's like it hardens the shell of the outside of the wing, the barbecue. It's crisper, and then you bite into it.
Yeah,
A healthy snack, but it was tastes good because it was sweeter.
right.
Yeah, because my mom made
Yep.
us eat cottage cheese a couple times when we were kids, and oh my god, I sat at the table for like 5, 6 hours
Yeah.
gagging. That stuff makes me think of curdled milk, and the taste. I don't know why, but I don't like ricotta cheese either, and I am a Maltese, and nope.
I just tried feta cheese here for the first time a couple of months ago, and I was surprised. I really liked it. It's a little salty, but I liked it.
I wonder why you liked it there, Maka. Maka likes salty cheese. Everybody, are we surprised?
It was pretty good. What can I say?
Vinny's like, hell no, I'm not surprised. Vinny's like, I ain't eating nothing salty. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Uh,
Michelle, it's good for protein too, the cottage cheese. That's what my doctor
it,
had told me.
Mom says she loves all cheese except for the one with nuts. So she's talking about Fermunda, that cheese that's from under the nuts. That's funny. See, what's funny is these guys, I think some of the guys stay in the bushes when we all talk because we are all older women and we joke about sex and we have
Mm,
a good time about it.
yeah.
None of us are shy. I don't know how I always get hit, but it's just me that does it. But
Mm,
because they're not reading the chat. They're the
right.
ones who tell me and you the subject that they want to talk about mostly. But
Well,
so,
people just like to pick.
oh
You
yeah.
just
But you bushwatchers out there, the chat is telling us of eating sweet. They wanted to talk about the flavor of cum. So you don't like it. You don't. I mean, you're bushwatching, so you must like the notes we're giving you.
right.
So,
Might help you along the way.
yep.
I know, Michelle. That's why I kind of shut up because I realized what I was saying. I was like, "Well, back up."
And Eminem, look under the cheese from under my nuts. For me, they always. I don't know why in the movies they always show some woman getting down, even in the regular movies, and they don't show you, but he pushes her head down and she has to get down on her knees on the thing.
Mhm.
Oh, screw that. You can lay down on your back on the damn bed and I'll just, lay down on my belly and crawl on up like you know, I'm just going to slither right on up to it. And then I'm going to keep on slithering up and then I'm going to jump up and down. I'd rather Fermunda cheese than the jizz. Wow. Oh, I couldn't eat under the ball sweaty cheese versus cum. I'm a spitter though, Muff. So you are too, obviously. Maka, she says she's a swallower.
Mhm.
Look at Vinny. He's like, look, I'm in Florida. I got plenty for Monday. Here, Muff, come on over for Monday under these nuts. Date a guy in the South. There'll be lots of for Monday. Though I guess North Carolina, but they were in the hundreds today too.
Mhm. Yeah, it's pretty warm today. I don't think by air it would cut off, and it wasn't probably 5 minutes, if that, it would cut right back on. I'm like, oh my God.
Yep. So did I hear right? Purple's like me, always spit.
No,
Yep.
no, no, no. Gotta swallow, gotta swallow.
I've tried that a couple times, and all the next thing I know, it's like, well, my ex did it to me without warning me.
Mm.
And that was his mistake because I vomited all over his lap
Oh,
and the bed. We were up washing clothes because it was like, well, he was. I was remaking the bed while he was throwing it in the washer. I'm a spitter back in my dude days. You were a champ for that. Any other ladies that swallow, I'd puke. Me too. And usually I'll just be like, listen, when you're right at the edge and you know you're about to, you better let me know. It's my choice if I'm going to try it or not. And then they'll be like, and then some will come in my mouth and I'll be, oh, and they're like, I didn't come. Yes, you did. That pre cum still counts, damn it. I don't want that damn pre shit either.
never
I'm
mind.
not
I
into
might
pre game production. That stuff will get you pregnant too. Why do I
Oh
want to swallow
God.
even the pre little babies? What is that, the A squad? And then they get the B squad next?
That never mind. Never
Go
mind.
ahead. It tastes better, you were going to say?
Yeah, I like the I like the pre better than the post.
It's not as thick, I guess, because there's not so much. My God. See, I don't think guys are used because a lot of the guys are younger than us women, and you see the older guys staying here, but I don't think the younger guys realize that older women, we talk like this.
Oh yeah.
And it's in fun. It's
Uh-huh.
not, we're not using it to be looking and trolling up men on the internet.
Mm-mm.
So look at
Mm.
90s is dead. Purple's dead. Muff just decided, Victoria's dead. Muff ain't saying nothing. But Muff, you do swallow yourself. Think about it. You're still with a chick. So when you're down there face deep, you're still swallowing. I don't know if
Well,
it's as thick as a man's though.
l- the way that I look at it is you think about this. Say, okay, as a woman, you're right there at the edge. You're
Right?
fixing to have the big O, right?
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden they stop, okay? How do
Okay.
you feel when that happens? Aggravated, right? Or you're
Well,
mad
yeah,
or
I'd be like,
whatever,
what the
okay?
fuck did you stop for? Yeah.
Right. Well, you think of that when you're doing that to a dude and you stop all of a sudden when he's right there at that spot.
Okay. But I can counter that. Two things. One, they're going to still be able to get theirs off within a matter of seconds because they're going to slide it in and it's going to be done. They stop on us, we got to start all over again or we're shit out of luck. We're not getting ours that night.
True, I guess.
So I don't feel sorry for them on that matter. Two, not a lot of women are willing to give blowjobs except for maybe once a year. So if they're getting it on a regular basis anytime they want it, like you do and I do for our men,
Hmm.
they'd be grateful if we don't swallow and we take them just up to that edge.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I do see your point though too, but
Yeah.
if he takes me to the edge and then stops, mine's gone.
True. It does take a woman a lot longer than it does a man. So okay. But still.
90 says, look, when it's that close,
Oh
you just
God.
put his balls in your mouth and he'll come.
What did you say?
What did he
Stupid.
say? What did he say?
He said if they're good at what they do, it doesn't.
That's well, even if you guys are good at what you do, it still does take a woman a little longer to get back up to that edge. We get excited fast, but to take us over the cliff, we can get up to the cliff. But if you guys stop before we go over, we're not
Right,
dumb. We don't jump over a cliff easy. That's how I look at
right.
it. You guys are dumb. You guys will jump over a cliff because your buddy tells you to. Us women, we get to the top of that cliff. And sometimes if you don't just push us over right away, we're going to stand there looking at you for another hour like, no
Right.
way, sir.
We overthink everything, so, our brains kinda take
And our
longer to get.
vaginas do too. Exactly. We're women. Our coochies are thinking just as long as our brain. Does that feel good? I think that feels good. Oh, yeah, yeah, that feels good.
Uh,
Well, what are we going to do about it? Oh, yeah, he's doing it, doing it. And then we'll speak. And ladies, when we always say, yes, yes, that's the spot, our guys will stop to say, what did you say? And they stopped and it's done.
uh,
So you almost want to say nothing. And then
right.
when they move on, then you'll get mad like, well, you were right there. Well, why didn't you say something? Because you wouldn't have heard me because you're face deep between my thighs. How can I tell you? Because you'll lift up to say, huh? And then it's done.
My thighs were blocking your ears.
Is he laughing?
Yeah,
That's payback is hell, Savannah.
right,
That's right. See, Muff said that's even the same with chick on chick. You're down there, you're between her thighs, and she says, that's it, don't move. And you lift up, and then then you're in trouble because you stopped for her too. It's Muff is saying. She's like muff diving and she can't hear what her girl's saying. And then when her girl's like, yeah, yeah, don't stop. She's like, huh? Did you say so? Why did you stop? Well, you were talking to me. Exactly, 90s. Men are okay if they could just, when you get that and they're like, babe, I'm about to pull it out and grab your hand and finish it for them. And they can, as long as you just get it on your chest or your face, they feel like they're in a movie and they're like, oh yeah, take that bitch. You like that. Golden, we've already all been there, come back. He's afraid of all of us. Ain't none of
right,
us. He'll kick us out at the door.
right.
That's why we all get along so well in this little group. The 16 of us are used to talking like this.
Right.
Well, third eye, yeah, once a year, some dudes are getting gypped, right? Third eye, that's what we're talking about. So
Mhm,
those guys that are only getting it once a year, they know better than to complain. If
mhm.
she don't swallow, hey, he was getting it slobbed, knob slobbed once a year. The rest of our guys, they ain't got to complain. Tim ain't never going to complain if I don't swallow because it's like, really? You're going to complain? No, baby, nope.
Oh,
Because I'll be like, these lips are sealed. My
right.
lips are sealed from like the Go Go's. I'll be singing that song. Can you hear me? Because my lips are sealed. I bet you ain't. Golden's listening to Hellraiser as we're talking about slobbing knobs. As they're slicing and dicing people's faces off, he's like trying to talk sex while he's watching that. Okay. No wonder he was talking about peeing on somebody's face
Mhm.
for moisturizer. I think pee would dry out your skin because of the ammonia and the chemicals that the fluids that you drink.
No,
I mean, water hydrates you, pee pee does not. That's
right.
why when you're in the woods and they tell you you can't just drink your pee, you'll die. You've got to boil it. And then that's true. A lot of our people from our
Yeah,
life, I was thinking about that, the numbers, and I was like, wait a minute, you're right, Victoria.
yeah,
All our numbers are at the damn concert. The
yeah.
whole, the few of us left behind, we're the ones that got left behind. So
So sad.
lonely, so lonely. Tim's like, babe, we can go. I can get a dog sitter. I'm like, no, babe, we can't go. Why not, baby? Because I'm sorry, my grandbaby is more important than anybody, even you. So you go take your little concert. I got my baby. Now, if it was our kids, it'd be like, oh, sure, let's leave him with the dog sitter. I'm joking. But one thing Tim will tell you, I swear to God, hand to God, I always said, even when it was our anniversary and we got together, Tim's like, come on, let's go out to dinner. I says, all right, got to get the kids. He's like, Lori, this is ours. All right, Michelle, you have a great night. I'm glad you came by and I hope you come back again. For me, I had my babies. They
Right,
didn't ask to be born. I chose to.
right,
So until they were either old enough and said they didn't want to go with us or they were out of the house, any special event, whether it's anniversary, birthdays, any kind of celebration, the kids go with us.
right.
Date nights. And the reason being is they're a part of us. And I didn't believe in babysitters. We never
Mm.
had babysitters for my children.
Oh, man.
They went with us everywhere until my son was old enough. And when he's like, Mom, I want to stay home. Well, if you're going to stay home and you don't want to go with us, then can you watch your sister? Oh, yeah, yeah, I'll watch my sister. And he'd volunteer all the time. And when cell phones came around, oh, that was even better because he was turning 14 when the cell phones were first coming out, the original Nokia.
Right.
And it was like
Right,
a whole
Michelle.
new, good night, Michelle. It was a whole new world opening up.
Right,
Adults could go out and not worry about their kids because you had a direct, you didn't have to worry about trying to find a phone.
right.
You just had your own pocket phone, and so did your kids that you could just call them.
Well,
But you know what? I never had to worry about my children being molested, abused, beaten, killed in a daycare because they were left sitting in a car seat and
mm,
their carrier and their their head fell forward and cut off their oxygen, their
no,
breathing. So,
no.
and I know Tim talks about that story, but what happened was is what he because he was at work is when the kids would walk with their friends up and down the sidewalk. That
No.
pervert was across the street and inside his house taking pictures
Mm,
of the kids outside in their shorts or in their bathing suits because they were swimming at the pool and they'd start walking home or they'd be at one of the neighbors' house who had a pool. That's
right.
what he was doing, collecting pictures. And
Mm,
her picture was with another Ashley who was a few years older.
right,
So they brought in both Ashleys.
right,
But my kids, I always sat outside. When they were outside, I had a swing out front. And the park was right across the street. And I mean, literally, I could sit outside and there's the park right there.
right,
Right across the street, there was instead of a housing, they had knocked down one of the housings and built a park. And we were lucky enough to be right in front of it. And I used to sit outside, and she was never allowed to go anywhere unless she was with her big brother, or me or dad had to take her, or the
right.
parents of the friends had to come get her.
Well,
So I might have been a helicopter parents for my kids. They used to complain, but now that they're both parents, and my son would tell me even today, Mom, he says, it wasn't as bad for us growing up as it is today, but I'm
mm,
thankful now why I know now why you did what you did.
right.
And thank you
Mm,
because I have two kids, four total, but four
no,
kids that were never abused or beaten or mistreated by babysitters or babysitter family members.
right.
So I'm happy about that.
No,
So, and if we're going to dinner, why can't they go? If we're going to talk, we can still talk. We're not, it's not
right,
like we're having sex at the restaurant,
right,
And if we're going to the drive-ins or the only, if we're going dancing, by the time the kids, we got married, the, my son was already going on 9, or so, and then my daughter was 4. So by the time it really mattered and we got to the point where we were dating and could get back into dating, my son was 14, 15. There was our babysitter. We were on base. The MPs were patrolling every day, all the
right,
housing. It was safer on post.
right,
That's right, Roland. You give up, the sports cars, you give up the fancy clothes and putting your own needs first. You give up a lot of the date nights but you don't give up couple time. I don't care if it's you just leave them in the house and you go outside and you just sit on a swing or a chair and talk on the porch.
mm,
or you run into the bathroom, lock the door, and get a quickie on so that you're doing something intimate, just the two of you.
Right.
Purple's listening to her husband, who's listening to our show. So he's probably saying, Purple's like, babe, go buy some jelly beans. Or he's asking, Purple, can I go buy some jelly beans so my shit tastes sweet so you can say cheese and not from under cheese. What you been up to, whirling tonight? Hope you had a great fourth. I've been getting messages. A whole lot of people are asking about dogs. A lot of people's dogs were going crazy tonight. And they
Yeah.
were on hemp, anxiety meds. Their house has been tore up, whimpering, crying. I was like, huh, Maka saw mine. She was tearing up my computers and everything.
Mhm.
Yes, if you leave them with your mom or your family members, just make sure they're ones that love kids.
Well, yeah, 'cause there is family out there that's not good too.
Yep. My Tim's mom, when we first got together, she really was upset that he got divorced and was divorcing his wife who had his biological kids to be with a woman who already had two kids that weren't his.
Mm.
So she would be nice and stuff to him. And then Tim would go out to smoke and she'd just ignore my kids and talk to his kids and say, did
Mm.
you like all the Christmas gifts I got you? And she'd go over everything she bought for them,
Yeah.
knowing my kids think we're told to call her grandma and she didn't do shit for them.
Well,
And I would try talking to Tim and he didn't see it. So I quit. And it wasn't until we had been married 8 years or nine. Tim had been hurt. No, 10 years. Tim got hurt in Iraq and they didn't think he was going to survive. And then he wasn't going to walk and all this other crap.
well,
And uh, when she started seeing that, damn, you're not going anywhere. You
right.
honestly do love my son. Um, I said, well, yeah, I'll get with you when I'm off here, Alpha. No, wait a minute. You changed your name again. Are you still at work or are you at home? There you go, rock on. But then when she realized, wait a minute, she'd been around 10 years, he's hurt, and she's taking care of him. Obviously, she goes, I owe you a big apology. I can see you really love. And what's funny is her husband that Tim did not like because she got with him and left his dad.
Right.
He was the only one that was good to my kids. He would take my two out and go show them the animals, or um, uh, he would be saving his coins up from the year,
Yeah.
and he would give them to those two and say, "Look, this is just between you two, and your papa here, and nobody else needs to know."
Right.
And he just was really good to him. And when Tim realized, and then his mom finally, and it was a whole big thing. Well, yeah,
Oh,
sin. Take that message out. Remove it. I'm going to.
I think he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't want that to stay up.
No.
So
Mm.
wait, the ass eating collector is here. Hey, Sin is it's still gonna be good cool to call you in about say 30 minutes. If not, I can wait till we can wait till Sunday. I just gotta try to remember. Hope you had a good fourth. He took off, but I know a lot of people like Michael. He went into work so he can get that time and a half.
Yeah.
I would too. Like I
Mhm.
said, if the kids were old enough or we didn't have anything special, why wouldn't I work time and a half pay?
Right.
All right.
Heck yeah.
So Well, girl, we have been on 2.5 hours. Do you want to call it? Do you want to? Good night, 90s. Um,
Night
you
90s.
want to do a little more? What do you feel like? How you
Uh,
feeling? Because I
I
know
mean,
he
it's
got home.
yeah, he's off this week. He took the week off, so we've been kind of just chilling.
Okay. Well, I know we've got our Sunday show,
Yeah,
the ladies for music.
yep.
Okay. Somebody told me something. I'm not sure if I heard right. Does anybody know? I heard Paula had a heart attack.
Do
They're
what?
saying they're saying Paula had a heart attack. Angela
Oh,
posted that in a community post.
I
But
hadn't heard anything. I'd been over there this week
yeah,
a couple times.
see, that's what I wanted to say because Cassie had asked me to co host with her today, but because of the baby and everything that I had to do today, I wasn't able. I told her I couldn't co
Yeah.
host. Okay, she had a mild one.
Oh,
Okay, but she's fine because nobody, I had seen it, I had heard it,
yeah.
but I hadn't seen nothing. But I did notice that she had been off, gone for a couple days. She said the only symptom she had was exhaustion.
Hmm.
Uh, see, well, I'm not even going to go into that publicly, but
Yeah.
wow.
Oh,
See, that's why I'm glad I always do yearly checkups. And anytime the doctor, I have to go in for anything, I do a full blood panel, have my heart and uh, that test where they hook you up and listen to the heart rate and everything.
yeah.
Test, check my cholesterol.
Mm.
Oh, I got you, Purple. I wasn't either. I just had heard it. I saw somebody that I followed post something from Angela, and I saw that somebody had a heart attack, and so
Yeah, I'd seen which I went over there a couple times this week, but it had been like later on into the show, so I mean, I didn't. I might have missed it.
okay, okay. Wait,
Oh,
Kelly went live tonight. See, I talked to her on IG, and I didn't know she thought I if you guys noticed, if I've unsubbed, it's not because I don't like you. It's if we haven't talked on Instagram in a while, I went ahead and just unfollowed, but it has nothing to do with that I don't like you or anything. It's just I figure if we're not talking on IG, I was just cleaning up my list, but get with me and I have no problem redoing it. Hey,
mm.
Rip It.
Rip it.
I saw you over in Tees tonight. It was good to see you. And I think I saw you in Menaces. And she shows up at ours. Yeah, I got you, Ghost. I
Yeah.
kind of got dragged in a little bit. I didn't want to, but when somebody's going to say my name and lie after they already got busted once, I'm going to go. I'm going to, you know, I don't mind if you have an opinion of me and you talk shit, but if you're going to lie, and I'm going to show you as a liar.
Mm. I just like it drives. Well, don't drive me crazy, but like if people are not talking about you or not saying anything, why come after them? Like, what's the purpose of it?
Views?
Yeah.
Or you messed up and you're jealous of where it's going and you realize you want to be there and
Mm.
because of what you did to screw people over they don't want you back.
It just amazes me.
Yep. So but the
But
scenario, the whole timeline and why, no, don't say you're not about drama when you literally didn't show up somewhere so that you could be and make yourself the drama
yeah,
and then blame it on B, C, and D when you quit during A months, about what, a month before it even another thing started.
no,
So
yeah. I just ignore it. It's like whatever.
I want to start like if we do a show, let's name it like the an hour where we just do like a soap opera.
Oh,
True
yeah?
Ghost. Yeah, we just do out soap opera skits. We do a skit and it's just like, "Well, you took my man. Well, you should have been swallowing, but no,
My God.
I can't swallow because he had an accident, an industrial accident that swallowed a bunch of acid and you didn't know it, but your stomach's rotted out and you will never, ever
Oh my god.
carry an animal again in your stomach.
Oh my gosh.
That would be funny to
Yeah.
make a little skit and both of us play the roles. Oh, you took my man. No, honey, I gave him to you.
There'd be so much that could go wrong with that.
Not if it's only between two people. But I could see some people thinking we're telling the truth.
Mhm. Oh, yeah.
MTP high? What do you mean MTP pie? Is he in here?
I think she's saying how to Golden.
Exactly, Victoria. That's exactly what I was talking about. And it had nothing to do with who was going to be a judge, who was on a panel with other people. It was because he chose drama over his responsibility or his commitments. So,
Mhm.
but it's not even worth it anymore.
Nah.
He can lie and say we all conspired together and we all. I want him to believe whatever he wants because everything will come out in the wash.
Mhm.
It always
Oh, it
does.
always does. Yeah, it always does.
Yep,
Eyes will open, things will come to light.
they did before.
Yeah.
And like I said, anybody has any IGs showing where I have badmouthed people that everybody doesn't badmouth already or know that I don't like, put them out. I mean,
Mm.
I welcome everybody because that's not what I ever used IG for, and I never did. I heard people say I talked about them. Well, you could tell those people to put them out. I bet they don't get a damn IG message.
Right,
They'll look stupid, and
right.
so it's just not even worth it. I don't even care.
Mm.
That's
Well,
why
I can tell everybody right now, me and you've been talking for what?
you said we
Over
hit a
a
year.
year? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. We've been talking for a year outside of YouTube, and I can tell you right now, y'all right now, she has never said anything about anything. People, however you want to say it.
Um, well, it's always when he's going to a concert, Victoria, because then he can't do anything because he gets disconnected.
Mm.
Well, rip it. I hope you've seen that. I don't, but I do too. And the only way it settles down is just if you don't want to
Just
be a
move
part of
on.
it, yeah, I got. We just got to. And I let
Yeah.
myself get. I was over here. We were having a good live, and all of a sudden our numbers were up, and they went down to like 5, 6 people.
Mm.
And I was like, all right, something's going on. I didn't know if somebody got hurt or something. I didn't know what happened. And
Yeah.
when you know it, I looked at my feed and it says this, and I was like, well, that's the only one. I doubt that's something. And there it was. Tim was
Yeah.
just in the chat showing support, and they came in starting drama. And so Tim stood up, but they're not about drama. They're
Mm.
peace, peace, peace. But they came in throwing shade.
Mm.
So he couldn't even go anywhere without this person following.
Well,
So, and it was in the chat. Everybody saw it. So everybody saw. But so, and it was bad. Aw, I appreciate that. So, yes, on another topic, because,
yep.
Maka told me something that I didn't even realize that it has not felt like a year that we have been friends off of YouTube.
Mm-mm.
It feels like only a couple months.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
I
for
couldn't believe it.
go ahead
No, I said I couldn't believe it.
because we haven't been doing our show a year.
No, I think we started at what, November?
I
Was it
think so.
November? I
Oh
think.
my God, 9 months.
Yeah,
Has it? Wow. I guess when you have a good time, it
yeah.
doesn't seem like that. But what's weird is it's never felt like you and me. Hey, MMC, how you doing? Um, we're actually behaving, MMC.
Hey,
When you told
MMC.
me, hey, guess what? It's our friendship anniversary. We've known each other for a year. Well, thank you, Muff. Um, and it's been off the YouTube because
Mhm.
we met in chats and we would say hi. That was all
Yeah.
we ever did.
Mhm.
And then we were talking about something or something came up and I was like, "Do you have IG?" Or you asked me, no, because you didn't have any IG,
No.
and you created one because you had to get with me about something that you wanted to ask me or something that we were talking about we needed to finish in private.
Uh,
And then there's only like 3 or 4 people you even talk to on IG.
actually, only you were the only one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All I ever did is, what got us like actually like talking was last 4th of July. I had sent out a couple of like to people that, that I liked and stuff that was following me. I sent them a thing wishing them a happy 4th of July, to stay safe and everything.
Right.
And you and one other person was the only one that had to, like hollered back at me. And then after that, me and you just kept talking. Like I would holler at you and, say, "Hey, I hope you're having a good weekend," or "You had a good weekend," and or you would, holler at me and say it back, and then we just kind of went off from there.
That's true. I
Yeah,
remember that now because you
yeah,
even said that, you know, not anybody ever reaches out, and you were shocked that somebody did.
yeah, yeah.
Because you were just, aren't you? Didn't you just come on not too long before I met you in the chats? You had been
Yeah. In
around,
this,
but
I had been around, but not in like this, like in the Triple T community, or I I was in I had originally started out in the true crime community, and then it kinda, like, I kinda trickled around because I just couldn't find a place, like, to where I felt like, felt right, I guess you could say.
right,
Yeah.
okay. And then all of a sudden, I all I know was you're like, "Hey, I'm not sure how this IG calls. Here's my number." And I was
Yeah.
like, anybody who trusts me, like I said, I have a bunch of addresses, but Tim does not have access to them. And I know
Right.
people think that's crazy, but I have never broken my word to anybody on here. And I literally, Tim only got involved with the first one because Mike and me thought people knew Tim more than they knew me and Mike because Mike hadn't been in our community long, and we just thought it would be, we asked him to participate, just lend his name to it,
Right.
and that's all his part was in it in the first one. He did he added to the commercial that me and Mike did
Mhm.
that we asked him to, and
Right.
other than that, even HBO, I'll tell you, he had no active engagement to it except for what I asked him to and host the drawings. That was it, and
Oh,
I'm the one. Everybody came to me privately through email or IG or Messenger. Mike didn't get the addresses. Loki didn't get them. Tim didn't get them. HBR didn't get them. Camo didn't get them. I did because we felt it was better for one person. So I did all the bumper stickers, the numbers. I did all the mailing, and in return, I literally, when we hadn't been doxxed yet, I was giving out my real address in return as a faith, as trust.
right.
If you're giving me your address, I'm going to trust you with my address. So it
Mhm.
was an equal, we both had something to lose on either side as a trust.
Right.
And I had a locked file where the addresses were done under a certain thing that Tim doesn't know where they're at. He wouldn't know how to find them.
Right.
And no, not one address in 2 years of doing those, not one address has been leaked
Yeah.
that gave me it. The people who trusted me with their faces. I didn't put out any names with those faces. The ones who got exposed, they did it. They're like, oh, that guy in
Right.
number 7 of the guys, oh, sexy eyes. Oh, that's me. I'm like, whoa. People, when they were being told they were cute, they were the ones to say who they were, not me. I didn't say which women belong to what faces, and I never said what man works with each face. I never even put out names with faces
Right.
because if people can't trust you, then what's the point? And the
Right.
raffles were to give back because if anybody is smart, the first raffle we only did 150 at $5.
Right.
The TV alone, and with all the shipping and handling, plus the cost of the stamps, the bumper stickers, and everything else, we actually were $350 negative. So we already started out negative toward the 600 and something dollar PlayStation for the second one.
Well,
So we still had to buy the bumper stickers for raffle number 2. We still had to buy the stamps and all this other stuff. So plus the gift cards for the $100 prize, the $25 prize. So we were already going in a deficit of over $300.
man.
And another $500, 300 people only gave us 1,500. Now, minus the 300 we were in the hole, that only was 11. And you've got $600 plus shipping and handling for the PlayStation, the 125 that we gave out in cash, the $380 for the bumper stickers, the cost of the stamps for 300 envelopes.
Right.
That was 4 5 books, a box of envelopes. Once again, there was like I think $300 or $400 left over that I will tell you, and so Will Carhole, we donated to people who came to us and were in need. We discussed it,
Right.
and that money went to helping people
Right.
that we made left over. So once again, we started with zero for the third raffle.
Right.
Now, when people threw shade on Tim's Christmas raffle, this is how dumb they look. Tim didn't ask for addresses. Tim, you only and didn't ask for your real names. Tim asked when you guys were put on there for the Christmas raffle, he used whatever avatar name that you use. And if you won, it went to your Cash App or your PayPal. No addresses needed,
Right.
no names needed, only your PayPal or your. So we literally proved it was to give back.
Right.
Nothing was on us. There was no money. And then at the end of it, I got hit paying the taxes on all the money from the raffles. None of the late night crew got hit. Me
Right.
and Tim picked up the whole taxes of collecting all that money on my Cash App for all
Oh,
those raffles.
holy crap.
Even though they got to have the props for doing it, me and Tim picked up the whole cost of the income tax gladly, and we never asked for one dime from any of them to help pay for that.
Mm.
So that's where the money went. It went all back, and it was all part that went into the Christmas giveaway to give back and everything else. Just like the
Right.
tickets for this concert, the 3 winners, it was all majority of it. We put the money in. We bought those tickets to give away.
Right.
Because when I hear other people say they're blessed, but they don't do a damn thing for nobody.
Right.
But we're not rich. But
Right.
if I have something that somebody else needs, I'm going to try to help.
Mm.
So if I think you're a good person and you've been there and you've been nothing but good to me or kind to me, and I'll help anybody once.
Right.
If I find out that it's not true or you scam me or I won't usually do it a second time.
Right.
Extreme cases, I would do 2 or 3 times, but those people are willing to show me proof. And if
Right.
I see proof, of course I'm going to, you're not lying. I'm definitely going to help you if I can.
Right.
So Ribbit says she's not a big gulper.
I was watching her Purple.
You do realize the guy who won the first TV passed away like 6 months after he won. He said that was his first thing he'd ever won in his whole life. So I don't
Oh,
even know um, uh, where it went, but it was a brand new 55-inch TV. So the family, I don't even know. Well, yeah, he said he took it out of the box, and that's how he was watching our shows with it.
oh,
So it was a bad year for a lot of us last year, losing quite a few people in our community.
yeah. Yeah, I noticed, they said in here that our first show was October 11th.
Thank you, Muff. Do what? October 11th?
Oh, October 11th was our first show.
Wow. So we're 10 months. Or wait, October 11th. So yeah, we're at 9.5 months. 9 months. Hey, Purple. Happy 4th.
Hey, Kirby.
So we at the
Happy
9 month
4th.
mark, August, September, October. No, the October. So the 11th of October of July will be 10 months. No,
No,
9. Yeah, 9 months on the 11th
no,
and 1 week.
no.
The length of a pregnancy. I have had you next to me. Well, all righty. Now we know we're
Right.
about to hit the end of 40 weeks.
I mean, you did pop the cherry, so I mean,
that
it would
that
only be right. I mean,
that is true. That's true. I was your first IG and
no,
your first person on YouTube. You gave me your phone number too, and your
mm,
first channel that you'd ever been on a panel.
yeah,
And now I couldn't see doing this show with anybody but you.
no,
So,
yeah. You're the first to know what I look like too.
yeah, we come a long way, Chica,
Yeah,
and it's been amazing.
yeah.
So, girl, you guys don't even realize it. She's as crazy as I am.
We're the
Yep.
crazies. Hey, Connie.
Uh, it was. Let's see. When I started off the hip, it was her and Tim on the panel. That's right, because I was just starting a new show called Off the Hip, and I was doing it by myself.
Well,
And you weren't you in the chat, or were we talking
oh
on
yeah.
IG? And I kept saying, "Look, guy, you need to come up here and do this with me."
Oh, yeah. I was in the chat.
Thank you, Rip It.
I think what I had wasn't it that Tuesday night was the first I went up on Sisters panel, and then we talked. I want to say that night and that next day, and then I came up Wednesday is when we done the show together, I believe, if I'm
Yep,
remembering right.
I think so. Because you were on my panel and you were joking, we were teasing you that I had popped your cherry.
Yeah,
And then we talked about how now we had to get you on I Wanted You.
no. There's Spencer. Spencer, you missed it.
Hold on.
Okay.
They were looking for Amy and then were asking for the room numbers because all of them ended up changing hotels so that they could be at Tim's. So everybody's all in the same hotel and they're probably going crazy. But Amy's trying to stalk Tim and them. But I have a feeling Tim's still at the concert with the guys.
No.
So something about she wants to stalk Meg's. Wait, stalk your nipples. I think she said that wrong.
Well,
Hey,
you know what?
Menace.
She types a lot.
Yeah. I don't think she was trying to say nipples. She goes, I need your guys' room number so I can stalk your nipples. So I don't know what she's talking about. Hey, Connie, you got to see everybody tonight? That is good. She said you got to see Tim and Amy and Dan. Did you get to see Menace?
That's awesome.
Yep. They're all in Asheville at the, well, I'm not going to say it out loud.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you know what'll happen if
Yeah.
it happens.
Oh no, that wasn't our advice, Golden. Eating candy or sweet stuff before slobbing the knob came from Savannah. Who's in trouble, Connie? Menace? Because you didn't get to see him?
Uh-oh. I know I saw where Menace posted he got to meet, Reactions and, oh, what's that guy's name I
Keith
saw?
Cash.
There we go.
Yep.
Yep.
They're going to be talking about doing something together too.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, what's funny is there are more people in the Triple T community who have actually met in real life. I mean,
Oh,
so many from, and it's mostly been at the Outlaw Nation concerts.
no, it's awesome.
John already didn't get to stay. They'll be there tomorrow. Did you see reactions, Connie? That's what Victoria's asking. I know John already were there for a little bit, so maybe. Golden said, "Purple,
Was
don't
it?
lie. You know you stand there with your tongue out, hoping you get that last drop."
Oh, she
Ugh.
said if I got to see Menace in person, I would run.
Uh-huh. Hey, B Thizzle. Happy 4th. Much love to you, fam.
Hey, hey, B. I call them B.
I always want to say be thizzle my shizzle. What's
Yeah.
up, my shizzle? Going back to those 90s. What's up, shizzle my nizzle? You know, shizzle be the all shizzle. You know, the thizzle. You know how it go, girl. Poor thizzle. I know you guys are hearing Bluey in the background, but the fireworks freaked my dogs out so bad that I had to put Bluey on for the doo 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 doo. It was the loudest cartoon that was on right now.
Oh,
Because Scooby Doo, he's not loud
no.
unless they're singing Scooby Dooby Doo, where are you? I got somewhere to go. Rippet said when she swallows, she goes Shazam.
She says she don't swallow though.
Oh, so when she spits, it goes flying. It goes Shazam. The semen spits out of her mouth. It just flies. She don't spit. She lets it fly. Shazam. And it morphs into a baby. That's what it is. It spits. She spits it out, yells Shazam, and cha-chong, it transforms into something else. So, B Thizzle, you didn't think that was funny? B Thizzle, my shizzle, whip me up. Cat. I know you guys hear Bluey and him. Yeah, cat. She said her band's semen's magical. It transforms in the air. Yeah, it's a tadpole that turns into a frog. Your dog drug you to watch the fireworks? Wow.
Nice.
Everybody we've all been talking to, their dogs are Maka's is on hemp.
Yep.
Mine's on anxiety meds, so that she's finally sleeping after she crawled up onto my computer desk while me and Maka were trying to go live. She knocked over drum sets, all of Jackson's toys, went underneath his indoor play set and threw everything out from underneath that. Almost knocked over my hutch with my grandmother's lamps that are over 100 years old. Yeah, she was, yeah.
Yeah, mine,
She,
she finally just now woke up. She's stretching and looking around like, what's going on?
Molly, when I got up to, because I had to turn on the porch light and go close the garage door. I thought I heard something.
Yeah.
What's funny is she's now asleep with her tongue all out, snoring in the front. The meds must have taken about an hour and a half to kick in.
Yeah.
Her dog tried to bite the fireworks.
Oh, it's funny. My dog, she's scared of my cat though. He'll just sit there and watch them out the window. It's
Wants to
weird.
chase them because they
Yeah.
chase. See, if it wasn't the noise, I think my dogs would, because they, even when we're going outside, if we got our phone or Jackson has the tablet, he'll
Uh,
run out ahead of us and sit there. And as soon as the baby or one of us open the door and the sun hits our screen, he starts going in circles trying to chase the reflection.
no.
She was definitely acting. I won't say she was a bad girl. She can't help that she's so scared, but she was definitely being frustrated, frustrating, and taxing to my last nerves.
I tried to get Lori to let her up in her lap so she'd calm
She,
down, but
you saw what happened when she was in my lap. My blue shirt turned gray. Now I'm used to, don't it make my blue eyes turn or my brown eyes turn blue. I
uh,
ain't used to my blue shirt turning white. I don't think there's a song to fit that one.
mm.
Unless my shirt has old age syndrome too and it's turning white like our hair does.
I found
Ugh.
a silver hair the other day and I got looking at my hair and it's starting to get little silver like hairs here and there and I'm like, "Oh no."
I had my first gray when I was 19.
Oh man.
Now, my mom started at 16 getting gray hair.
Oh,
But you know what I found him for gray hair that I was shocked that I wasn't expecting to find? And I don't know why, but I never thought about it. I found a gray hair. Do you want to guess where I found a gray hair?
where?
My eyebrow. I know where you were thinking, Maka.
Well, I mean, you never know.
Maka was like, huh,
That's why I was like, "Uh-oh."
this is our show. Where is Lori going to say she found a gray hair? It was my eyebrow. I'm like, someone was bugging me, and I was like, and then I looked in the mirror. Put my glasses on. I looked in the mirror with my tweezers, and I was like, what the hell is that? What
Uh,
the hell do I have a white hair growing in my eyebrows? I was like, I should have. I was shocked, and at first I was like, wait a minute. We see, but I'm not used to seeing our because I guess because when I was younger, my grandmother always did her eyebrows with a pencil when she got
yeah,
older. So I
yeah.
never knew that women got some gray hair sprinkled in their eyebrow hair.
No.
So I was shocked. I would be shocked if I saw white hairs growing in our leg hair, though. That would really.
Yeah, that would I'd be like, what?"
I will tell you the one good thing about turning 50 is that um, the growth of hair does stop on your body. Like your hair, your
Mhm.
armpit hair, it doesn't grow very fast. And your eyebrows. I
That
haven't
would be
had to,
nice.
I'll pluck it every couple weeks, but I'll tell you, I haven't had to wax in probably 2 years.
Well,
Yep, it's nice not having to put myself
man,
through that pain.
I wish that I can't wait for that because I have to shave every other day.
That's what I had to do. Now I could go once a week. And being Italian, we some hairy people. My leg hair, it seems like I would shave, and the next day it'd be like there's stubble. Tim's like, "Aren't you gonna shave?" I said, "You know damn well I just shaved last night." And he'd
Mm.
laugh at me. He's like, "Well, look at all this stubble." It's like my hair. I'll color it tomorrow, and I bet you in 2 weeks you'll start seeing some gray.
No, and it's
So,
what I thought about starting to color mine, which I've not colored mine ever since I cut it all off. And I was when I first started seeing the silver and stuff, I'm like, man, maybe I should start dyeing it again. And then I was like, no, because if you do that, then you're gonna have a whole other issue. I'm like, I'm just gonna go natural. Screw it.
I thought about it, and I tried once. Well, you see how much I'm letting it go now, and I'll show you guys. I've debated. You can see, I'm getting it. It's about an inch and a half. Because
Right.
if you pull your down, you'll still see the color, but you know
No.
it's starting at the roots. About this much. And I thought about just going all the way now, just to see. The problem is once it goes all the way, and you decide you don't want to. and you want to color it again, it's going to be tough to
No.
color. And for me, I got it where I did about 3 inches of gray.
Oh,
Nope. I'm like, I am going to color my hair till it either falls out from coloring it because I'm in my 60s or 70s, or I'm dead because nope, I don't look old. I'm not gonna. No, I have to do that. Nope. Oh, whatever. You took all my hairspray. You quit. But you know what I am gonna buy? Some of that. I'm gonna wash that gray right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that. Remember that commercial?
yes.
Wash this gray right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash. Problem is I went to buy that shit and I tried to wash the gray out of my hair. All it did was leave it clean. They
No.
didn't tell me I had to color it first, then wash out all the gray out of my hair. I just see the commercial. Hey, just go wash your hair. It'll get rid of the gray. No, I'm just joking, guys. No, but once you start getting it, there is certain hair that will not color, period.
Yeah.
So if I go red to blonde, the gray
Oh,
actually acts as highlights. So
right.
you can't see it so much. So,
Right.
but yeah, I'm sorry. I am a grandma and I'm so proud to be a Gigi grandma, but
Mhm.
I don't have to have my hair looking like an old grandma either.
Right.
No, sir. No, sirree. No.
No.
Roland's just jealous because he discovered in some areas that he keeps covered up has a bunch of gray hair from his hairspray use. Those afros from the 70s, I don't know why men don't think they need to landscape like the women.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man's got a landscape.
So Roland's all gray as far as the eye can see. He's gray from the head to the tip of my toes. I'm gonna. It only bothers me. Like I said, I found my first gray hair in my eyebrow today, Roland. That kind of freaked me out. So, and no, I'm not buying no eyebrow pins. I'll just pluck. The bad thing is they always tell you, remember when we were young girls and our moms are like, no, you're not shaving. And you're like, I got to shave. I got hair on my leg. This, once you start shaving, it keeps growing in thicker and faster.
Mhm.
And so my mom tried to keep us as long as possible from shaving our
Right.
legs.
You
Well, I
know,
snuck it. I couldn't help it anymore. I didn't care. I
oh,
was only 12, but I was Italian and I could see it. People
right.
couldn't, but I could.
Right.
I shaved, and man, I wished I would have waited a couple more years.
Uh, you know how I shaved my legs for the first time?
How?
Do you remember those things that came out that they pulled your hairs out? I can't remember what they were called, but they
The
were like off.
epto blade, or it had like the little wires.
Yes.
Yes.
I shaved my legs for the first time with those because
Ouch.
I had aggravated my mom so much to let me shave my legs. She's like, "Okay, you want to shave them so bad here." And she
Oh.
gave me that thing and I went down just a little bit and I stopped. I was like, "No, I'll wait a little longer." She's like, "Nope, you've already started. You might as well as to finish." And it took me, I know, a good 3 or 4 hours to shave my legs with that thing.
Ouch. And it hurt too, didn't it?
Oh my God, it hurt so bad.
Yep. I snuck my grandmother's razor. And when I got out, my mom had come in for something and she said, what did you do? I thought I was getting in big trouble. I said, I shaved. She goes, why? And I said, Mom, I could see my leg hairs. I said, when I wear shorts and stuff. And
Uh-huh.
I said, I felt uncomfortable. And she goes, I said, so am I in trouble? And she goes, no, you don't understand. I wanted you not to shave because I know what's going to happen. Now it's going to come in thicker and you're going to be shaving now
No,
like regular, probably every 2 to 3 days.
no,
But she's white. She wasn't half Italian or Maltese like me. So guess what? My ass had to start shaving every other day. And
right,
she was right. And I was never going to tell her I was shaving that much so that she could rub it in.
right.
All right, no problem, Connie. You know what? Go to the dollar store or Walgreens. They have those neck fans, and they also have those spray bottles that are fans. You just buy two little AA batteries, put it in, fill it with water, turn it on, and you just mist it, and the fan sprays it out and it'll keep you cool.
Mhm.
But definitely buy some. Make sure you take money for bottled water because drink a
Yeah.
lot of it. So, well, all right, girl. We have been on for 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
I know. The last couple times, I think we were on for, well, Sisters was on for a good 3.5 hours the other day, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think now that we're all getting back into the rhythm of it and everything, um, everything that's happening in everybody's lives that are being taken care of,
Uh-huh.
um, people aren't letting that stop them anymore.
Right.
So,
Yep.
um, everybody wants, so with all of us getting back on heat, me and Holly had a good Sisters too. And you and me, man, the 3 hours. I think our last one was this long too.
It might have
Or one
been.
of the last. No, the one
There's
I
one
was
of them.
singing in. You know what though? So, oh man. If we had a live Sunday, well, we do. We're possibly, depending on how tired I am, because I have the baby all weekend, and
Yeah.
we're also having thunderstorms, and the dogs go crazy. So I might not get any sleep. Sunday, instead of doing the music show, I might end up being the music show again.
No.
Shout, shout, shout at the devil. Or it could even be Wednesday. I could be so hoarse from all weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm off schedule, I might not be able to sleep again, and I could have another 3 to 4 day insomnia.
Oh.
So, and I'm gonna go eat because I didn't, with the rain and everything. I fed the dogs before it did and cleaned the pool and never even thought about anything else. So,
Oh.
but I do have some ideas for you too to about a show. So
Okay.
there's our sister Meg. Did you get a hold of
Hey.
Amy? Amy's trying to find out what room you're in, Tim's in, Mel and Chad's in, Menace is in. Oh, you know what though? I did last because I hadn't slept the night before, and then I had a long drive to Texas yesterday.
Yeah.
I passed out. I went to bed 9:30, 10.
Uh,
Hey,
uh, there you
babe,
What?
I can only see your feet.
Hold on.
go.
We were just getting ready to say goodbye.
You've been on live for like 5 hours.
3. We were having a good show. Listen, Amy and Dan are looking for all of you.
I don't know why.
They want to know your room numbers.
Oh no, I didn't give them that information.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna give it, but uh, did you guys all hook up after the show
Uh, Menace and Mel and Chad did
with who?
with us.
Oh, well, where's Amy and Dan?
I don't know.
Well, they're trying to reach you guys so they can hang out with you guys.
Hang out. It's like 1:34 in the morning.
So you
I've
guys
been
usually
up and
stay live till like 3 or 4 in the morning.
I've been up since 6 o'clock on the
And
go.
yeah, usually here too. Sometimes you don't even go to bed. You get straight up, you go to work, and then you're back on live that night for another show till another 1 or 2 in the morning.
What the hell's Meg doing in the chat?
Because she's wired too. Amy and them are
She's,
at least
she's
looking
sitting right
for you
beside me.
guys. Oh, Meg, Amy's looking for you guys.
She'll be all right.
Did you guys get to hook up with them at the concert?
Yeah,
Okay, did they get to go backstage, hook up and get back there?
yeah. I took care of all of it.
Okay, all right. I do want to talk to you when I get off here for a minute.
About what?
I'm not going to say it online. I just have a question about something.
About what?
About the concert?
Okay.
Okay. About people who were there?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's what I want to talk about.
Okay.
All right. But we're getting ready to say goodbye, my love.
Shout out everybody in the chat.
Oh, a lot of people realize you're giving them a free concert, but we can't get them to understand is when you're on stage, you're by all that equipment, it's not going to be as clear as Menaces, but somebody said to tell you go YouTube live, don't do StreamYard.
Why?
Because it'll have a better sound when you're at concerts. Yo Main Girl and a couple others said that it worked for them when they're at like a little club and they're recording it live. Go YouTube live, hit YouTube and go live. Do not do a StreamYard setup because you'll have better especially when the signal's bad like that and you're on stage, you'll probably get better signal. So at least try.
Did you see my hand salute?
Yes, me and Maka were talking about how long you were up there holding that position.
7 minutes, 52 seconds.
Yeah. Who was the guy that came up after you started?
Colt Montgomery.
That's Colt Montgomery, the one who had the heart attack?
No, that's Colt Ford. Colt Montgomery's another artist.
Okay. Well, it's good. So he's a vet too.
Yeah, he was an MP.
Oh, okay. You guys panned, Justin panned to the crowd for us to see. I would have thought there would have been more vets that were doing it, but none did.
Mm.
Did you see any?
Not up. They might have been far in the back when there was no lighting.
That place was packed. Maka saw it in
Yeah.
the daylight.
Yeah, it holds 3,000.
Wow, it looked like there were more.
Well, there probably was.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Especially with 100-degree weather like that, people there.
Oh, they were dedicated. I'll give them that.
Oh, yeah. So were you.
How are you, Maka?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good.
Did you drink a lot of water?
Yeah, I drank water.
All right.
Carbonated water.
You guys were, I knew you were going to say that, asshole. Drink regular water.
That shit'll kill you.
But we were watching you. We were so impressed. I mean, I even told Maka about the rigid of the arm and the hand. You could tell how long who's real army and who's not because that rigidness and there's no limp wrist. And man, you and Colt, when he joined you up on that stage, you had already been up there a good 2 or 3 minutes by yourself. And then he came up and he did his too. And I mean, your guys' arms were like exact. And you guys both just stood there. And I'm like, how long has he been standing there? But everybody thinks you're broken. But here you were for 7 minutes straight.
7 minutes, 52 seconds.
Okay, almost 8 minutes. I'm sorry. I forgot the 52 seconds, guys.
It's a long ass song.
Oh, I know. I didn't realize how long of a song it was.
It's a 2-part song to be exact.
Well,
The total length of the song, if you combine both of them together, is 15 minutes.
Well, thank God he didn't do them both together.
I'd have toughed it out.
Oh, I know you would have. You've been in lots more change of command ceremonies and stuff that have lasted hours having to stand. So, but you're broken, right?
I am broke.
Oh, I know.
After this weekend, I will be $800 speeding ticket.
What?
Uh-oh.
Tim, I know you're lying. I know you better be lying to me because I'm not.
Look, honestly, it is not my fault. Meg fucking threw a daggone cigarette butt out, along with a daggone a Coke can, and I got a $500 littering fine.
Meg? I'm sorry, bitch. You paying that?
Damn.
Sister, not bitch. You paying that?
You threw that friendship out the window quick.
No, that is being a friend. She knows bitch is a good thing when sisters call each other bitches. It's like, bitch, you paying that, sister. You paying that, bitch.
No, she threw nothing out the window. I didn't get no ticket.
I know. I know when you're fucking. I've been married to you long enough. I know when you're trying to troll me. That's why I trolled you back by going at Meg.
Yeah, that's between you and her.
No, that'd be between you. Look, Rip, it's like nice knowing you, Tim. She was over in your live supporting you at the concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, you delayed us. We weren't expecting you to go live. And then we were getting ready to start, and the chat only had one person. And we're like, what is going on? Nobody else is live. And then all of a sudden, Micah said, Tim just went live. I was like, that's why. But yeah, try going live through YouTube next time.
All right.
So, and when I say I love you, you say it. You don't type it in the chat. Your ass better stand up and say it loud at the concert for
Well, I
people to
love you
hear.
too, but you wouldn't be able to hear me.
I heard everything you were saying when you were talking to us and saying hi to people in the chat.
Uh,
So now you know. I better get a shout out tomorrow.
Shout out to my wife, Lori,
On
Satan's daughter.
the stage. I don't care how you say it.
You don't care how I say it? Okay.
Everybody
Uh-oh.
knows. I mean, everybody keeps calling me
Shout out
bitch.
to my
Like
wife,
that's
Lori,
look.
from
Everybody
the
calls
state of
me.
North Carolina. Radio.
They call me bitch, and they think I'm insulted by being called a bitch. I got it tattooed. Tim ain't lying. It literally is tattooed on my leg. It says MP bitch. I'm proud because anybody when men have to call you a bitch, it's because they know that they are inferior to you, and they become your bottom bitch. Unless
I
it's
learned one
Tim
thing about
spanking
North
my ass,
Carolina.
calling me a bitch. I like it.
I learned one thing about North Carolina.
What?
They got the baddest Waffle House around. It does not give you diarrhea.
I've never got diarrhea from a Waffle House. It's not Taco Bell, babe.
The one in Tennessee's will give you diarrhea.
Ah. What'd you have at the Waffle House?
Last night I had steak, eggs, and toast and waffle. Tonight I had eggs, bacon, and toast.
So do they have the food trucks and everything at the concert?
Yeah.
All right. Are you eating there? Or is it too hot?
Too hot, too far away to walk.
But you're drinking?
Yeah.
I told you to take your cooler and ice and load it up.
Yeah, I know. I gotta stop off at White Castles.
Why does White Castles have to do with take the cooler and get ice and load it up with drinks so
Because
that
you're
you have?
gonna want those stupid ass burgers.
They have a White Castles in North Carolina?
No, but they have 'em in Tennessee.
Oh, you're going through Tennessee.
Yeah.
Why would you go through Tennessee? I would have thought you would have cut across Mississippi into Alabama up to North Carolina.
Well, okay. Do you want White Castles or do you want Crystals?
I still have White Castles.
Okay, then I won't get stopped in.
No, you don't have to stop. Because I'll be in Nashville with family again toward the end of the year. I'll just go get my own.
All right.
So, or I know you're going to be going to Indiana for the concert in August. So you could just get them for me then.
No, in Illinois.
Or Illinois. Guess what your damn dog did to me? Ask Maka.
Who?
Ask Maka what your dog did to me tonight.
Which dog?
Ask Maka.
Molly,
Michael, what happened? Molly, what'd you do?
she's getting up in her lap, trying to love on her.
She wasn't loving on me, Maka. Tell the truth.
I tried to tell her to let the dog, just let her sit in her lap and love on her, but
Because they have fireworks going off. You know she's a scaredy cat.
Tim, I gave her 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 anxiety meds, right?
Yeah.
I put a kitchen chair to block me. And I put myself in this little corner. Maya and Ryder up underneath my chair. She climbs the chair, her big ass, up onto clouds, onto top of the computer desk. My earbuds are being ripped out. She's got her paws going toward the hard drive, and she's tangled up in my ear jacks and stuff. I'm trying to pull her out. Maka's laughing at me because I have my camera on and I can't move, and I got my blue shirt was completely white. My legs are all cut up. And then she was drooling and panting on me. My arm was dripping.
Yeah, she did that to me.
And then She goes and knocks over Jackson's drum set, goes underneath his indoor jungle gym, and kicks everything out from underneath there. And instead of laying down, she gets out and leaves. Comes over, knocks over his desk and his the net full of balls over there. My, my little hutch stands that hold my grandmother's lamps.
Yeah.
She goes over there and actually takes her body between them with her paw and slides one out, and my lamp starts to go. And I have to jump up, rip my headset out, and grab it before she knocked it over. And then me and Micah are talking, and all of a sudden I hear bang, crash, bang. All of Jackson's toys in the front room are all in pieces all over. The Paw Patrol truck, the other one, the PJ Masks big old truck, it's all in pieces.
Hmm.
So I'll be cleaning after all of that. So yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she was really, and now she's sleeping. And Maka was laughing. But you know
Like
why she's
like a
laughing?
typical woman.
No, you know why Maka's laughing, Tim?
Why?
Because she has dogs and they freak out. That's why she's not upset at her dog tonight.
Why?
Because she gets hemp.
She got the
give her
damn dog
hemp.
high.
That's what I'm talking about. Why are we doing that?
Oh, we are. She's going to give me the name. She's going to text me the name of it. It's at Chewy. And it tells you how much to give. Like her dog's 90 pounds and you could do 2 of them. And she only does 1 and her dog slept through all the fireworks. It's just waking up now.
Shit, Molly, you have to give her 3.
I said you'll have to give her the whole bag.
I've literally given her 3 anxiety pills and they don't do shit to her.
I know. Hey, Tim, you have to buy yourself some Starburst or some kind of jelly beans and bring them home. Eat them on your way home.
Why?
Because Savannah and then we're in the chat telling me and Maka that in one day we could change the taste. So you have to eat if you eat sweet stuff, it'll come out sweet.
Okay.
But you know what Muff said?
What?
Muff said, I'd rather eat the from under cheese than swallow.
Oh, God. Well, I don't think she's going to have a problem swallowing because she's muffed.
And look, so Rip It, Maka says you have to swallow. I like to spit. And Rip It's like, I ain't swallowing shit, but I'll spit. And then she goes, Shazam. And I was like, oh, Rip It's is when hers she don't spit. When she puts hers out of her mouth, it's flying. And when she says Shazam, it turns into a frog. Because, sperm looks like little tadpoles.
How the fuck did we go talking about daggone dogs with anxiety to this?
Because that's what the whole conversation of the live was.
Oh, my God.
We let the chat decide
Listen,
where it goes.
everybody in the chat, when you get off here, Google online priests and just start chatting with them because you're going to need it. I'm telling you, you need to go ahead and do your 10 Hail Marys and consume about 5 gallons of holy water because this woman's going to.
No, they're the ones who were putting it. You know what Golden said? Peeing on a woman's face helps with acne. And then
What the fuck?
He likes to pee on your face so then you can suck his pee-pee.
All right, R. Kelly.
Somebody said that. Somebody called him Golden Kelly. Wasn't that what he was called, Maka? Golden Kelly? We got Gold Kelly in here.
What the hell?
And then there was something else was happening. So every time Rip It spits, she shouts Shazam. Hi, what the fuck, Mike? What you doing? You're from
You been drinking, Lori?
No, Tim, I don't even have alcohol. Shangy, tell Shangy thank you, Mike. She always comes in and she laughs and stuff. We are definitely, chat tells us where we go, Mike. So welcome.
Before I forget, Muff, if you're still in the chat, I want to tell you, your last song that you did was fucking beautiful. and awesome.
Did she the one she sent you for the next competition?
I haven't heard it yet.
Oh, then which one are you talking about that she did? The one
The
that
one
she
that got her in,
submitted?
yeah, the one that got her into the winner circle.
Oh, yeah, it was good. And I will tell you, because I was scared, and so were you, Tim. But I already told Muff when she first said she was going to enter. Me and her were backstage talking for a while. And I said, Muff, if you're going to do this, I hope you have a thick skin. She goes, oh, I ain't worried about a bunch of men say. And she goes, I can handle it. You know, I'll grow from it. And then I told her, I says, look, um, she took it down and got it, refixed everything for the second one because she was above what I expected from her. So I agree because I was scared. And yeah, because I knew
I mean, I
Alina was
I get
good.
the concept of cabbages and kings,
Yep.
Yeah.
like the haves and have-nots.
And I know that judges are hard sometimes, or they like to rip on names and stuff like that. I don't think they're doing it to make fun of the people, but it's trying to make the rundown, you know, make everybody laugh, even though like
Well, I
how we
mean,
talk versus how they talk.
I do agree that some of the people that submit their music, their names are like way out there.
Yeah,
Like, say, if they do become a big artist,
they'll
they're going
have
to be
to
stuck.
change.
They're going to, yeah, but they're going to be known as that name.
Yeah, but I like that they kind of, hey, fireman. I like that when they first started. I mean, it was getting downright mean. There was nothing positive for these new artists. But I do like that even if they're going to vote them out, that they're finding at least parts so that they can give them constructive criticism. Either look, this is what you need to do. If the words are right or the lyrics are right or the hook is right, but the rest is garbage. At least find something positive, or otherwise, if everybody's like, I don't want to put it in there, they're going to just roast me and embarrass me. That's not a good look.
I had a lot of people come up to me, man, I like your new show. I like your new show. I'm like, damn,
Well,
okay.
tell them to hit that like and sub button. Tell them to come in and chat. But that's
They
nice that
do.
it's being put out. Oh, that's good. So, well, all right. I'm going to talk to you. I'll probably call you in about 20 minutes.
All right.
All right. Love you.
All right. Love you too. Bye, Maka.
Later. Stay safe.
Say hi to your stoner dog.
I'll
Everybody in chat,
order.
y'all have a good night.
Oh, babe, we're going to
All right.
hit with a lot of that rain from that hurricane. I sure wish I had some of that freaking hemp for this weekend.
Just double up her meds.
I'm not going to give her double what the damn pharmacy says. No. I'll just know that it's coming. And as soon as I get the impression it's coming, I'll just start feeding her 2 pills. I'm going to call the vet too. Oh, no, they won't be open. Shit. I'm going to see how much in a 24 hours she could take.
You could probably Google it.
That's why I just said I'm going to look up how much. That's Googling, honey.
Oh, I thought you meant the vet.
They're closed all weekend, but I said I'm going to look it up.
Are they closed tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday.
Yeah, but it's a 4-day weekend. 4th of July.
That don't mean they're closed.
Oh, I'm going to try. Hey, Ghost is saying hi, Tim.
What's up, Ghost?
There's Savannah with the sweet flavored eat something sweet, and it comes out the bottom in through the top and shoots out the bottom. Oh, look, Rip, it's got a monster guzzling. She swallowed. Now, see, Rip It, you said you didn't swallow. I'm looking at your icon. You're swallowing. And she's even got a little frog like a tadpole. Do you see that? It's all about swallowing the tadpoles. Rip It. Sister, welcome. All right, babe. I'll see you. I'll call you in a few minutes.
All right, love you.
I love you too.
Mhm.
Bye. I was like, uh, he logged off last time and is still was live on a panel when he thought he jumped off. But all right, guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us. You do not have to go home.
But you can't stay here.
There you go. So get on the fuck out to here, but you better bring your asses back next Wednesday because you never know. We know what we're going to talk about next week, but you don't.
Right.
So, and you guys all keep an eye out on Menace's channel and Triple T's for more concerts tomorrow. You got Upchurch tomorrow and a whole bunch of people tomorrow. And then the next day is A-Cow, Demon Jones, and a couple others too.
Yep.
Well, thank you, Muff. We try. We can get a little crazy, but
Oh, yeah.
it's always in fun. These are just opinions and entertainment, not facts or medical degrees.
Right.
Now, we are experts at dick sucking. That's what she's going to tell you. Between the both of us, you've been married, you've been together, what, 17 years?
Been together 17, I think, married 19, I think, or 18
Okay.
and 19. I don't know.
So we
Somewhere
got
around in there.
almost 47, 48 years of BJ experience between us. We are the experts. Fuck
Yep.
Dr. Ruth. That bitch ain't seen a dick in her mouth in a long time. She don't know what she's talking about. No, I'm just kidding. Peace out, Dr. Ruth. All right, guys. Have a great night.
Later.
She can't even stop laughing to